And we are back and live. There you have it. Man, this esports gears team, you got to say, brings all the energy and all the noise with their promo videos. Blaze, we were watching the promo video earlier. We were getting excited, that's for sure. Well, we're going to throw it to Pao now, who's on the main stage, ready for our interview with Kyle and Hydron.
Whew. All right, we got our first matchup of the day. I got Kyle and Hydron on the stage. You guys are first up. The world is watching. We're here in Mexico City.
She's too short to be behind me.
What makes your team the dominant team here this weekend?
What makes our team the more dominant team is just the friendship that we have. So we're going to try to carry on our chemistry to this event.
So what do you guys feel is your biggest strengths and your biggest weaknesses?
Our biggest weaknesses is that we're really good friends, which means that we do argue a lot. And our biggest strengths are we're really good friends, so sometimes we don't argue a lot. So we're just trying to keep positive.
Now, Hydron, I know you've been scrimming a lot. You guys are representing Europe. How do you guys feel coming into Mexico? Where is the attitude right now?
It's very dominant. Like, we're coming in with a completely different mindset from the Invitational, and like I said, we've been together for a very long time, so we all know what we're doing.
Are you guys kind of set here on the time zone?
Yeah, I would definitely say we all got some rest.
All right, guys, we'll shake hands. I think it's time to get this show started.
React after seeing SpaceStation on stage. Great interview with those teams. And we have SpaceStation and Simplicity coming up next. You gotta say, I know SpaceStation's been preparing for this event like they haven't any other. A lot of people always criticize them. Time differences, always tough for them to practice. They're ready for this one, Blaze.
Yeah, they really are. You know, SpaceStation, they always come out. Best team in Europe. You know, they prepare like it. Jack's got a lot more comfortable on this team, especially with the transition from having Marsh and Jack there. SpaceStation, this was the event where they started to have that Cinderella story breakout, the first Mexico City of the year, and they're coming back because they wish they would have won it that time, but they're a more mature team, and we'll see if they can get it now.
I think more mature is the best way to define that squad. You're spot on there as SpaceStation looking to show that they are cemented as a top 3 team. Of course, didn't have the breakout they wanted in Season 1. They dropped J-Rage, they dropped Sam, they pick up Marsh and Crimsons. Now Jack replaces Marsh, a lot of pressure there. What has Jack brought to this team, Billy?
Jack brought just a solid player all around. The player that he replaced was a versatile power weapon type of player, but now Jack has stepped into the role, became a clutch player on top of many other things, and now SpaceStation Gaming finally hit the next level, and that's why a lot of people feel like they're going to win this event.
Of course, Simplicity on the other side. You see the big man right there, Crash, the leader and IGL of this team. Kyle, the soul of this team. Ribs, you know these guys pretty well. What do they bring to the table?
I'm looking for a huge performance from Pell and Clouds, especially Kyle, obviously playing with his former teammates Crash, but we're going to see a lot of chemistry coming over from Crash, Pell, and Shock, so it comes down to that.
Yeah, I do feel like teams overlook it just because we're an EU team. You know, they look at our players and they don't see the same accomplishments as, you know, the top teams in America. I think that's one of our greatest attributes towards us. People overlook us and they just underestimate us. Right now, we have the same mistakes when we lose. It's just like we've got to learn how to put it into our gameplay so the mistakes don't happen again. I think Kelsey's a really good player just because he brings a lot of different roles into the team. I think what makes him a good in-game leader is just how quick he is to thinking of a decision. Well, my hopes for this tournament is it's the same as any other tournament, you know, top placement and hopefully to take the trophy, basically.
And there you have it. SpaceStation Gaming, we keep talking about their Cinderella performance last year. They're now have a little bit more pressure this time around. Last time they were playing with nothing to lose. Now they have everything to lose. Ribs, I'm going to start with you. We got to go into predictions, man. You already know it. You are under a little bit of pressure with predictions because you're the pro player.
Sure.
You're supposed to be the expert here. What do you got winning this one?
Well, I'll be saying it all day, all weekend. A lot of these matches are hard to call, but SpaceStation is one of the few teams in this event that didn't make a roster change going into the event. They've had so much preparation. They really know each other. They have the chemistry. Simplicity is an amazing roster, but this is the first time this roster is playing together. I'm going with SpaceStation.
2-0?
That's hard to tell as well, but 2-0 would be good. Would make sense for me. That team is top 3 in my opinion. SpaceStation.
SpaceStation
Yes.
2-0, top 3 team, says Ribs. Veli, I'm going to come over to you. Prediction: who's going to win it? What's going to be the map count?
It's actually disrespectful that you asked me a question like that because taking a look at both of these teams on paper and by history, SpaceStation Gaming, they're going to win. Whether it's a 2-0 or 2-1, it doesn't matter because at the end of the game, SpaceStation Gaming, I believe, are going to win.
So we got 2-0 SpaceStation from Ribs, top 3 team. He says Veli's disrespected by me even asking the question. Sorry, Veli. Last but not least, Blaze, I'm going to leave it to you. Who do you got winning this one?
Man, I don't know what the hell they talk about, y'all. Okay, check this out. I get what you're saying about SpaceStation, but I'm going to have to go with simplicity. And the reason why the last person to beat SpaceStation on simplicity is going to be Pale. Pale at the Invitational completely melted that entire team. Also on the flip end, you got Shock. You got Kyle, you got Pale, you also, you got those former E-United members on that team where they used to go toe-to-toe with the SpaceStation Gaming roster all the time. They're very comfortable when they're playing against them. Crash, Kyle, Shock, Pale, come on the flip end, I'm looking for Clouts to really step it up. If Clouts come out here and play Simplicity 2-0, easy.
Leave it to Blaze, of course, to be the one to go against the grain here. I love it. My man always playing devil's advocate here. Bill, you got any thoughts on that, man?
He said 2-0 easy. I think Blaze is out of his mind, but we're going to find out soon. We're going to find out soon.
And I got to throw some shade to Blaze here, too, because
we gonna see.
God knows Blaze, of course, always goes against the grain. That's also why he was the third-place finisher, the last-place finisher in the Casters Analyst game.
What was that, 3 years ago?
2-3 years ago. He's grown a little bit since then. Well, it looks like we are ready to kick this one off. It's been a great pregame show. Let's go ahead and jump into the Matt Flash room. Blaze and Veli for the very first time. So far,
You know what, Val? That control tower is so important. We typically see a lot of 2v2 fights on that up there in that control tower. We see a 2v2 fighting for that B hill as well. Also, kind of a 1v1 fight over by those home hills. It's a it's a good one. We're gonna be breaking. We're gonna break it down and we're gonna go through that entire thing.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna make sure that you guys at home are following the action.
Yeah, of course, we're back at the desk and live again with some gameplay. Getting ready to get into this one. Of course, Matt Fly through kicking things off. Veli, what are you looking forward to most in this match?
I'm really looking forward to Krim, especially in control tower. Whenever a sniper rifle, a torque bow, any power weapon gets placed down, you know Krim's going to take control of the entire map. He is the most dominant power weapon player in this lobby, by far, to me at least, and I really think he's going to kick things off right.
Krim is going to be the X factor. Ribs, if you had to pick one player in this matchup, I know you've competed against these players a long time, Simplicity especially on the North American side. What do you got?
Oh, it's easy. It's Crazed, the King of Scotland. We've seen it time and time again throughout this season. When we talk about Forge and we talk about this SpaceStation roster, Crazed, it goes off.
Disgusting.
The amount of times I've seen his teammate die in that 2v2 and he takes the 1v2 like nothing.
Disgusting.
Believe me, it will happen. That guy is a shotgun beast.
Yeah, he says Crazed, he says Crimson. Sounds like it's all SpaceStation all day. Isn't that right, Blaze?
Yes. No. You're not gonna catch me on that one, John. Almost, man. Almost.
I'll talk to you soon.
It's too
Looks
simple.
like the game is ready to go underway. Let's go ahead and kick off Mexico City the right way. Blaze and Veli, lead it away, boys.
Let's go. All right, Blaze. Forge Blitz. This map is pretty dynamic when it comes to strategies coming all around, but jumping in the game, it looks like somebody dropped. So we're coming back in.
Yeah. We don't get all the players in there.
You know what, Blaze? It's the anticipation of this game that's actually killing me right now. I've been waiting for this event to actually start since I landed on Wednesday. And the fact that it's finally here, I'm excited.
Looks like, actually, we're going to jump back to this momentarily. It looks like we see a little bit of an issue here. Both teams are killing each other in the lobby here. So it's going to be a restart. Problems to the issue. One player seemed to have lagged out. All we want to do is build the momentum. We're going to build some energy coming into this one. That's all we're trying to do.
Well,
Nah, John, we're seeing the most heated warm-up ever.
Taking a look at Craze destroy all of his teammates. He's on fire
He's
already.
on fire. Hey, Ribs called it. You know, he's looking good. If he don't do it,
who's it going to be? And I got to ask you, Blaze, actually. I'm going to give you a chance because we didn't have a chance to earlier.
Yeah, let's take some time.
Said SpaceStation players, they called out, he called out Crimson's as the X Factor, he called out Craze. Who do you got on the Simplicity side that really we should look out for?
It's Shock and Pale, man. Shock and Pale.
Two of them.
Those are going to be the two main slayers I'm looking forward to getting the job done. Shock being that leader on the team, being that cool voice, cool, calm, and collected. Make sure you're keeping those comms very concise. On the flip end, you got Pale, man. Pale is so comfortable playing against SpaceStation. It's scary. Now, we talked a lot about Craze being that guy to go off. I'm going to say Pell to shut him down, and I'll be looking forward for him to do it.
Yeah, well said.
Can I add just a little bit to that?
Yes, you can.
Okay, on Simplicity's side, I love the make of the roster, but as Ribs has been saying like all day long, they just haven't found that chemistry yet. But if there's one player that I think is really going to bring that together, I feel like it's going to be Kyle.
Sure.
And Kyle bringing that experience from Echo Fox, a top 3 team, even though they had their struggles, I feel like that experience is definitely going to help out these guys such as Klaus and Shock reach that next level.
Also, Kyle and Klaus, the duo, man. Like,
Yeah.
those two guys, all these players have been on E United at some point, right?
Yep.
This is like if E United was still in the scene, that's their roster.
Sure.
And they're going to go out here and get it done.
Yeah, well, I'm honestly, I'm going to disagree with all 3 of you.
Oh, boy, here we
You're
go.
going to talk about Crash.
You already know me too well. I can talk about that duo, you know what I'm saying? I got to say, listen, Crash at one point was considered to be a top 10 player in this game.
True.
Yeah, I still consider Crash to be a top 10, top 15 player in this game. One of the most underrated players, does not get the credit he deserves because we haven't seen him in a lot of top 3 finishes, top 2 finishes. Have we ever seen him in a grand final? I don't even know.
No.
But he is one of the best IGLs we have in Gears Esports, up there with the likes of Explosives and others. Ribs, I mean, do you agree with me?
I
What are
would
your
love
thoughts
to piggyback off of that because Crash is a player, you say he's top 10 in the game. I actually agree, but he's top 1 with the Lancer.
Oh.
And
I agree.
People don't notice this as much. Coming from a player standpoint, Gears of War Online, it's a somewhat different game.
Yeah.
Some weapons are toned down, some things are toned up. The Lancer is so much stronger on land. A player like Crash could take that to his advantage, really help his teammates get easier kills because of that.
This is
Nice.
why we have you in this position, by the way.
I
if you
guarantee
guys
you he
do not
gets
know.
10, 15 down. So
I'm
I
with
guarantee
that.
that.
I can agree with that, too.
I completely agree. It reminds me of the Gears of War 1 days. That
Yeah.
Lancer from online to LAN was really night and day, and a lot of the host players as well. Crash really showing support role still exists. Blaze,
Yeah.
you agree with that? Do you think the support role still has
Oh,
a place in Gears of
100%.
War?
It means so much, and especially in a game mode like this, John. You know, that player looking out for the Slayers.
Yeah. Well, it looks like we are locked in and ready to go with gameplay. Our apologies for the slight delay here for the 3rd time now. Kick it off to my man Blaze and Veli. Game number 1 in Mexico City. Take it away.
All right, as you take a look at the overview of the map, you see 2 players going up to the control tower. This is what Guy, Blaze, and I have been talking about. But Blaze, how do you feel about the zone between Klaus and Shock?
Man, Clouds and Shock is going to have to get up there and get it done. Clouds end up backing up for whatever reason. He says, you know, I don't know if they got a bad call out, but Shock is currently taking a 2v1 situation on the side of Simplicity, but he's going to fall in that one. So far, so good, going in favor on the other end of SpaceStation, but still early on in this one, but Trip Cap domination coming out.
But I love how they baited the 2v2 up top, and with domination currently denied, it's going to be up to Crim & Co. to finally try to break this home hill. And as you see, Kyle finally goes down, but with 3 players from SpaceStation pushing Pell, now they are going to have to go on defense and make sure that they don't give up all of that map control.
Yeah, they're going to have to, Bell. You know, as they start to back up, now we kind of see why Kyle backed down from that control tower up top. You know, they saw that early Trip Cap domination that they tried to play for, and they almost got it done. But he's going to have to stay in these rotations. He's going to have to be annoying in this spot. He saw a lot of those SpaceStation players getting aggressive towards his side of the map. So Clout, he's going to get caught out. He has to make something happen, Bell. Kenneth tried to take one to the grave.
But you know, I like what Klaus did from the beginning of the game. He baited the 2v2, went down low, helped his teammates get 2 kills in the middle, and he stayed alive as long as possible to help out Simplicity. But you see Kyle currently flirting with Crim and Phelpsy right now. They're trying to get this triple cap. But the only thing that's stopping him is this B hill. But Pels being down, Kyle's looking for a moment to pick him up. Now with him up, Shock is going to get a headshot on Jack. And Simplicity, they're looking good early on.
Yeah, they are looking good, Bell. Let's see if they can get it done. We talked a lot about those Lancers, and that was Ribs talking how Crash is so dominant, top 1 Lancer in the game, being that support player. But hey, it's other support players like that on his team. Kyle used to, you know, play a similar role to Echo Fox when he was on a roster. So this team, they have a lot of accuracy, and they're gonna play to their strengths. They're not gonna get too crazy in your face, but if you want to bang with Simplicity like that up top in any big team fight, they can go toe-to-toe with you.
Yeah, and as we saw earlier on, you know, they're utilizing teamwork. That's going to be the only way that you're really going to beat SpaceStation Gaming. And Simplicity, if it has to come to crossing and Lancer fires, that's the one up I'm going to give them against this #1 European team. But on board with Klaus, 1 kill, only 1 death. Staying alive, offering support fire. He gets down quickly by Phelps, and Hydrone's going to pick up the kill. So Shock currently gathering information. He's with Pell. They're guarding this B hill area, but what's important right now is you take a look at the points. Up 174 to 135. SpaceStation Gaming, they're going for a double home hill setup. Now, if Simplicity turtles for way too long, there's a chance Simplicity can break this setup.
Uh-oh. Simplicity looking good. They need to defend this B hill, making sure they can secure one. Space Station with a unified push. Here comes Shock to save the day.
Oh, no.
Big fight. Hit him with a reaction shot, clean up. Shock.
He has to go
1v3, he
big.
gets 2.
Oh.
1.5.
Oh.
They need to protect the home hill, Val, and I think they're going to do it. Simplicity.
Okay.
They need to defend this push. 2v2 situation on the home hill.
They have to slay out. They have to slay out for 5 more seconds. Simplicity can do it. They can get the first round in with Clouds and Kyle taking out Prim and Pepsi. That is going to be a Simplicity winning the first round against Space Station Gaming. But because you're down doesn't mean you're losing, Blaze. You have a saying.
Yeah. You know, everybody wins round 1. But the reason why I say that everybody wins round 1, because the losing team gets the first weapon placement of the map. Now, that's very crucial because every team has a different play style. Now, Phelps and them, this is crazy to me that they actually blocked that. The reason why we hype Crazed up so much of being a star M-bar player up in that position. So typically we wouldn't see them block that, but maybe they're giving some respect over to the side of Simplicity.
Yeah, and that 2v2, they feel extremely strong about it, but now I'm wondering what big power weapon will go down. Will it be a big power weapon going down in the B area, the Incinerator? We're going to find out, but jumping on board with the very next 2v2 up top here in Control Tower. We saw Simplicity hold it off as long as possible while trying to get the triple cap, but the Space Station going to finally fight back. And on board with Jack. There goes a double kill for Space Station Gaming, Hydron and Phelpsy. And now winning the Control Tower.
Oh, they left?
Yeah, they left. They completely abandoned it to help out in the B hill.
Oh, but they're getting chased too as well. They can bait those players towards the back end, and Klaus looks like he wants to do it, but it's all going to be towards Space Station, trying to play for the trip cap domination, but Hydron falls there. Now we'll see if Craze can slay up. He has a little bit of help though, covering B now. On the flip end, Space Station, they're looking to play for the trip cap domination. They're looking to get aggressive, but with Crim falling, Val, I think they're going to say, hey, let's back up. Simplicity's getting aggressive on us. Let's play for our teammates to respawn first.
This is so good for Space Station Gaming. They're showing us that in team fights, they are simply the best. And individually, they can hang with the best of them. But with Jack falling to Kyle, Craze is going to come in and clean it up, easily getting the double kill. But now, he's going to have to make sure this B hill stays safe. He's going to be accompanied by Hydron, and we see Pell starting to back up just a little bit.
All right, the first portion of this round has been won by Space Station with good control up top, controlling that button, but also making those quick transitions down low to the B hill to defend it. They've had a solid 2-cap, but now we're seeing that second team push come out for Simplicity. Space Station trying to do their best to defend this one, but they're getting slayed out. They lost the B hill, now trying to defend their home hill. Jack, watch your left side. About to get blindsided, but here comes Simplicity. 1, 2, making it look simple, trying to get to the home hill, defending B. Trip cap domination coming through, Val.
No, that team push is out of control with Phelpsy getting in the hill and Craze getting the kill on Pell, stopping the domination. And Space Station, they came back somehow, some way, but it all came from the slaying power from Phelpsy and Craze.
Man, the duo back in the old school days of, what was that, Gears 2, Gears 3?
They've been together for about 20 years now.
A long, long time. And so, yeah. Now, what you see on this one, Space Station, they did a good job holding off Simplicity from that trip cap domination, but now we're coming to the final moments of this round.
No.
Space Station spread out, they're holding the 2-cap, Bill. They're locking down both these home hills, and all they do is need to keep this set up for at least 20 more seconds and now have this round won.
Look at the confidence, Hydro pushing Crash in a 1v1, knowing his teammate is going to make sure Crash is full red from the beginning and with a double home hill setup. And 30 points to go. Space Station Gaming are looking to taking this round, but the domination might come through, and Klaus is coming towards the CEO to break it.
Both home hills getting decapped at the same time.
No.
No points for Space Station. Crazed with his teammate. They're going to secure the home hill. That could be the winning moment.
All right, Space Station. All right, so now they're starting to wake up, players. I'm going to say round 1 was pretty much a warm-up round for them. We didn't see them slay like this, but now they're playing to what we know them to be. Teaming up, winning 1v1s, challenging everything without any fear in the world. And
you know what? I don't know who that player was on the side of Simplicity that got blindsided by Craze when that trip cap domination was coming through.
Key.
But you got to keep your head on a swivel.
Yeah.
It's only 2 directions those players are coming from. Your teammates watching mid-cut, you need to watch that big open area.
You're right.
where you're running from your second half home hills where those pipes are. It's a lot of open space. Cray should not be able to get from there to that hill without taking some damage.
It's unacceptable. But you see Kyle putting down an incendiary grenade over in the incinerator pit. So we're going to see how that strategy picks up just a little bit. No heavy power weapons yet. Do you feel like that's right so far in this even matchup?
Because I would have got scared on SpaceStation side. Now, granted, Simplicity probably has done their homework, but I might have made sure I made the selection of what power weapon I'll put down at B. Because SpaceStation, that European-style meta, they don't put a lot of heavy power weapons down, right? They love those base weapons, so they may stray away from it this whole map. On the flip end, I don't know if Simplicity can win just off their base weapons alone. They got some of the best lancers in the game, and if you got the best lancer in the game on your team, maybe this strategy might work out for both teams.
It's Simplicity throwing a little trickery in their strategies, faking the two up top of control tower to rotate all the way down low and to help their teammates wipe out all of SpaceStation Gaming except for Grim. Grim full red and Pels, head downing him, able to get the down. Oh, this is going to be scary. The domination is coming through, and it's going to be up to
Flame on, baby. Let's light it up,
with the Kobe, getting the double kill with the Sin.
And you know what it is, Vel, too? I kind of gassed Crash up a little bit on his Lancer in that play style, but he showed that it was his shotgun that got it done. Picked up a nice double kill during that round to force that trip cap domination going in favor of Simplicity. So, in this round, they're staying away from that B fight, right? Both these teams are going around that central hill and putting down those support weapons. SpaceStation, they love hammer bursts with Phelpsy. That's probably going to be their go-to. And they're going to make sure he gets it down. On the flip end, we're going to see Simplicity can use that as well. So hammer burst, it pretty much has pinpoint accuracy. It's a 3-shot burst rifle that will hurt you across the map in the right hands.
And they'll get a nice headshot. We've seen Kyle and Crash do it often. But Blaze, you see how they're flirting around this B hill area, right?
Yeah.
When it comes to the big power weapon that we might see later on in the game. But Phelpsy picking up that utility support weapon so far to help out his teammates. And Hydrone's going to back up, but Craze is getting the first blood.
Yo, great awareness there by Simplicity. They recognize that since Phelpsy picked up that power weapon, they could be aggressive on that one guy mid-map. But in Simplicity, they lost 4 players. Now Crash is trying to hold off. He's taking shots from all directions. All members dead. Shock's going to be the first one up on Simplicity. This is a SpaceStation round.
Blaze, this match is so much closer than I thought so far, so early on in the game. But with the tie 2-2, we're going to see what weapon SpaceStation Gaming puts down. If you had to make a guess, anything in the world, what do you think is going to happen?
You know what? We might get Sniper down in the middle. This is a very light placement. Maybe Sniper, maybe Drop. Keep it.
I like that.
I like the drop, It's a lot of precision shooters. The boom shot has 2 rockets in it. A lot more splash damage. The drop shot has 4 shots, still an explosive weapon, but you need more precision, and the splash damage is not as wide as that boom shot. So you have to be accurate with it, but you get more shots on the flip end.
Got that right. And as Riv said, our analyst, he says, I expect Crash to get about 15 to 20 downs so far in this map. So far, Crash is 8 kills and 8 downs, almost getting there already, and we're not even halfway through. But with the smokes out, Rumble Rashak, he's pushing left or right, trying to find an opening. Kyle gets caught up, he stays alive.
Crash with that Lancer, Simplicity, working together as a unit in this 3v3 fight, 4B and a power weapon. Kyle, watch your right, big fella. He's taking some pressure, but Shock's trying to come in there, and the teamwork from the both of them gets it done. Some support up top, trying to stay alive, and Shock, that's 3 down. About to be 4 down, and drop shot in the hand of Simplicity. They're going to try to end this round.
Simplicity finally finding their identity here. On land, struggling throughout the entirety of their time being together. Now, utilizing teamwork, fighting together, playing for each other. Now, they're up against the #1 team in Europe, SpaceStation Gaming.
Man, oh man, Val. I wonder who called this a close game, but actually, you know what? It was none of us, actually. We all called blowouts in different directions.
No, not at all. You know, my favorite storyline, yes, we like to talk about Optic and who's going to beat him, but I really love how teams come together on land. We saw that with Echo Fox when they picked up powers, and we see that all the time here in Gears of War.
All right, let's see. You know what? It's like, playing together next to each other in an environment like this is the final team. It's only so much you can get done online. You gotta make it to these events, folks. If you ever want to win one of these events, you gotta get here and get that practice under your belt. But here we go, Space Station, to see if they can tie it up. 3-3 at the half. They're putting some pressure down here towards this B-Hill.
Nobody on Simplicity picked up the marks at all, but Crash put the 1v1 and bodying Hydro. And now, going 1v1 against Phelpsy with a hammer burst, this guy is Big Cones.
Good dodge from Crash. From Kyle. Kyle gets in. That's another 2-3 kills in favor of Simplicity, Val. And now they're on a home hill. This is a 1v1. But Pale, no, he said, I don't have to fight you.
No, back up.
I don't have to fight this fight.
Up.
You need smart players like that on your team.
Oh yeah, with the domination coming through, Simplicity, they're just outclassing them at the moment. 4-2, up double rounds. But now we're hitting halftime, and what does that mean? That means that all of the power weapons are wiped off the map. The hills are now changing, and the spawn timers are reset.
All right, here we go. Going into the second half, folks. So far, it's Simplicity and map number 1. Also, this is a Space Station map pick. This is their map. It's going to be Forge. I'm going to say maybe in the second half, Vale, that we will see more of that M-bar.
I hope so.
Because Craze, that's his weapon.
Yeah.
That's their go-to. It's part of their identity. When they're playing against Optic Gaming, they're utilizing those big power weapons, but they kind of felt out Simplicity a little bit. We'll see if Space Station going to get more into their play style on Forge.
This is going to be the first time we see Simplicity fully commit to this control tower area. And Craze sitting in the back with his Lancers. Jack tries to find an opening right now to attack Klaus and Shock, but they're unable to do so. Shock and Klaus simply holding this area down. And Space Station Gaming, they're trying to abandon, but Craze, you're a bad man, taking out both Klaus and Shock, getting a double kill.
That shouldn't happen, folks. I'm just letting you know at home, something like that should not happen when you're in a 1v3. But he rotates down low, gets to his teammate. Now it's Pale who's gonna fall. But in the second half, our respawn timers drop back down to 12 seconds. In the previous round, it was 22. When you cut off a 10-second difference like that, these players are gonna be spawning up so much quicker, getting back to the fight. You can't really play for those trip cap dominations as early on in these rounds.
Yeah, and taking a look at the hills won so far, you see 2 hills to 1, but these guys, they're aware that you don't have to panic and rush, because if you're up by 2 hills, you're only getting 1.5 points a second compared to just 1. So you can still come back if you're a little bit behind, but you don't want that lead to spread out for way too long.
Now, if it was a 2-1, that's a big story.
That's big
because you don't have much time to work with. But now we're entering the second half of this round. Approaching that 100 mark, you're starting to see the push come out from Space Station. My fault, you're starting to see a push come out from Simplicity. Space Station backing up. They're in a defensive stand, trying to utilize those Lancers. They got one player down, Vale. They're trying to move in as a unit.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Pale, he was able to sneak one, but it's still a 3v3 fight. Beautiful shot there by Craze.
And with the teamwork right now in this big team fight, Kyle, he's now in a 1v1.
For the heel.
Oh, and he's full red. Jack is
Kyle coming out on top of that one.
That's what I love to see. But Jack now trying to remain alive while capping the hill. Hydron able to get the down. And the incinerator button gets pressed.
He didn't get Kyle though. Kyle crawled out. He's still alive. He just tapped up on the opposite end. So Space Station being down 2 hills to 1. They're just holding off until they can get themselves in position to fight for this incinerator. But the thing is, you have to play up top of that button. You see 2 blue dots up top. That's Simplicity saying, hey, we're going to control the button, because if you guys push for E, we can press it and you guys can't cap. That's why we saw the flames come down. But there is a cooldown, so Space Station can get in here and decap because the button is not active.
And not only that, but look at the Lancer power coming from Control Tower, getting Hydro basically half red, but Hydro and Jet. Hydro getting a double kill. You have 3 players down for Simplicity. It's gonna be 4, and Kyle can't clutch it up.
Tie game, Bill. It's coming down to the wire.
This is gonna have to be. You're gonna have to fly at that hill, help out Jack, and stop this attack.
Here comes Big Daddy Pale. He gets 1, but that's all he needed.
All right, 2-0-2. The points are adding up. The domination is coming through.
You can't do them like that.
This is what we love to see.
Oh man, we're gonna start the event off like this. Is Mexico City gonna be that wild?
I'm gonna lose my voice after this series. I'm telling you now, Blaze. This is amazing so far. With a score of 4-3, Simplicity currently holding the lead against Space Station.
Breathe from your diaphragm, Val. I don't need you to lose your voice, man.
I'm trying.
Okay? let's pace ourselves. The weekend just got started, but it's looking like they may go for the drop shot right away. So in the first half, they didn't care so much about the light game play.
Not at all.
Just base weapons, a few nades. Simplicity likes those big team fights. They like that anchor on a map where players are going to rotate around because they have to focus on this drop shot.
Yeah.
It's such a powerful weapon. But the drop shot being on a 2-minute respawn timer, they know that, around a 2-minute and 30-second mark of this round, players are going to start gravitating towards that area. So it gives you a little extra foresight when you're trying to predict those strategies mid-round.
Right. Oh, yep, and taking a look at the overview of the map, let's take a look at the strategy thrown around this drop shot. You're going to have 4 people in the middle, and you see Simplicity currently pushing it ahead, getting the pillar area, and Crash getting the first blood on Phelpsy.
Well, they're looking to go through. Clouds is hovering over that drop shot. Ooh, Clouds. Don't do him like that. And Shock is there as well. So power weapon acquired by Simplicity. Great team fight by those guys. Crash recognizing he has to back up for the home hill. The drop shots watching the home hill of SpaceStation from downtown. Oh, a little bit too deep, but he still has 3 shots.
But Kyle holding that drop shot, even though he didn't hit that shot, SpaceStation, they're going to respect that. They're not going to push that, even if they have numbers, because you can't risk it. And Kyle almost getting a kill on Hydron as Hydron rotates up the control tower, and now they're going to have to be cognizant of that.
So the new drop shot comes up in 1:30. Kyle has 2 in hand. Good call-outs by his teammates. Let them know the flank was coming. No player on Simplicity should die in that fight. And they're going to make it out, but Crash will go down. Pressure from mid-map, but Kyle is just too hot right now. So he can use these next 2 drop shots to get 4 more drop shots.
Yeah.
They have a 2-hill advantage, Phil. They don't have to really push for that much.
No.
They can play for that mid-round fight, but when you got Shock putting the pressure on your opponent, he's playing it right. If these guys are dead on the side of SpaceStation, get as much map control as you can.
Yeah, that's
Spread
exactly
out.
what they're doing.
You want to be as close to their home, you want to be as close to their spawn as possible in a safe manner.
All right, take a look at the 2v2 on the upper top right part of your screen. Pell's able to take out Jack, turning a 3v2 into a 2v2. Crash picking up another kill. In SpaceStation, they have nothing against Simplicity's firepower. Crash going into a crucial area. Now he's by the button, able to pull out his support weapon, the Lancer. He's going to help out his teammates all around the map.
All right, so Kyle, he's he's watching Crash's back as well. So folks at home, 25 seconds to new drop shot. That's why you see Simplicity locking it down. They got the button control. So if SpaceStation goes to play for E, they're going to hit the button. SpaceStation has to play for the drop shot, but look at the angles. Look at Pell.
Beautiful.
He's going to pick up a double. You got Kyle drawing his attention towards the back end of the rest of the SpaceStation players. Here comes Shock, knowing his teammate needs him. The teamwork coming out of Simplicity is incredible.
You don't see a 1v1 ever with Simplicity. They always have someone backing them up, and that's why they're 2 rounds away from upsetting SpaceStation on their map pick Forge Blitz. But now, let's take a look and see what weapon is going to be put down. What is SpaceStation going to do to overcome the teamwork of Simplicity? Because they're clicking on every way possible.
You know what? SpaceStation needs... They're going to have to get into these team fights and get scrappy.
They look uncomfortable.
But, hey, you know what? They're going to slow down those team fights. Simplicity having that Marksa, SpaceStation having that Marksa as well, you're not going to be able to just run in there and pick up that drop shot.
Yeah.
But granted, these fights have been kind of drawn out for the drop. Now it's going to be more precise aim coming out from both sides. We all know how talented Kyle is with that Marksa.
Oh,
so
yeah.
on the flip end, I don't know how smart of a move that was for SpaceStation. It's Kyle versus Phelpsy with the Marksas. We'll see who can help their team out the most.
And with the initial coming down, you see Hydron in control tower firing shots down low on Klaus and Crash. With him hiding in the pillars, this is Phelpsy shooting fish in a barrel, making sure Klaus and Co. are not able to advance. Klaus now forward and rotating above Prim, getting a kill.
Kyle trying to just get his teammates out, but you see SpaceStation, the pressure coming in. Phelpsy slowly moving his way up, knowing his teammates are up top, but Kyle with the shots from the side, you're gonna have Craze, he's gonna dodge them. And here we go, SpaceStation looking to put the pressure on Simplicity. I don't know if they can get a trip cap on this one. They got the drop shot.
They're going for it.
They might be able to.
This is it, trip cap. They're not gonna get out of spawn in time. They're going to fire back the Space Boys now, 1 round away from tying it up with Simplicity. And now SpaceStation, they're going to have to take notes from that round, utilize what they did best, utilize that team fight. That's their strong point. Don't get into a long fire Lancer game because you know Simplicity has that on lock.
You know they always got that on lock, Val. And so we got 2 weapon slots left. Control tower, incinerator. I wouldn't be mad at a control tower block.
You don't need it.
You know, both teams aren't really putting too much stock in that fight. The only thing that's important up there is going to be the button to control the incinerator, which has the E-hill inside of it. So super important on that end. But you're going to see it. Ribs called it. He says, hey, I know Crash going to have 15 downs, right? 14 and 15. One of the best Lancers, if not the best in the game. But here we go. I still say it's Kyle and Phelpsy in this round. If Simplicity gets the match point, Val.
Kyle, a former IGL, he just knows how everything works on this map. He's able to call out shots if he has to, and he's making sure his teammates are well supported.
I want to point out, Kyle, what he's doing is playing man on man, right? And so he's making sure that Kyle's not going to shoot SpaceStation, but he's going to make sure Phelpsy cannot shoot his team as well, trying to isolate a clean 2v2 fight under the pillars for his team to win, and he's going to accomplish that goal and put some pressure on Phelpsy as well. That's 3 down, drop shot in hand, home hill's being capped up for Simplicity. They just need the E-hill.
All right, and Shot getting it down, utilizing his pistol fire. They didn't really need him because it was a 2v1 anyways, but Klaus, you see Hydron exploding up there in the control tower, but with the F-hill in sight. Simplicity.
So they pressed the button, by the way.
Yeah, they're looking for their next push. And there you have 3 people now coming around this F-hill area. 4 people.
You know, look how far they're pressed up, right? If your opponents are dead, take as much of the map as possible. Bring the pressure, get as close to their spawn, and that's what we're seeing Simplicity do. They have 4 drop shots to use as well. They're waiting for the spawn shields to go away. The patience, such a smart move, and now Shock gonna put one over the top. Can he catch it?
Kobe!
Yes, he can!
Shock! Don't do him like that! 3 seconds left, the domination was denied, but Crim and Phelpsy, what can they do? Simplicity overpowered him with teamwork. And they are 1 round away from topping SpaceStation Gaming here on map 1.
Woo! Oh, Simplicity. They put the pressure on him,
good, man. They're looking good. Okay, Ribs, I know he's feeling himself right now because Crash he's going towards 20 downs.
You know what the thing is, too, about the Simplicity roster? I said at one point all these players were on E United, right?
Yeah.
At one point, these players had multiple different combinations of 2 and 3 playing together throughout the entirety of Gears 4. Yeah, they may be a newer team, but they've been playing together. They still got the chemistry. They're making sure they play the right spots together. So it's not like they got to do a lot of work being a new team,
You're right?
They just got to show up.
You're right. Thinking of, I mean, you called it. Kyle and Klaus going back literally years from being teammates. You have Shock playing with his old E United buddies. And this is starting to look like the recipe for success.
Yes.
But it's all going to come down to this round. If SpaceStation game, you can hold him down. And as you see, down low in the middle, you're going to have a 3v3.
Overkill on the map as well. SpaceStation playing for their life, but Crash ain't having it. He wants to get it done. He's playing it smart, just getting damage in, not allowing Jack to get anything. But SpaceStation, they're 3 down.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh, big kills if Phelpsy can get it done. Can Phelpsy keep SpaceStation in this round?
How is he alive?
Clout's eating so many shots right there. You saw how weak he was. Crim, what can you do?
Pray. Hope that. Well, there's nothing else to do there. Pell's able to take him out and pick up the
Simplicity
overkill.
making it look simple, and I love it.
Keep
my favorite
it
line.
Simple. Oh, and Shaq utilizing that drop shot to its full potential.
Look at the
There's nothing for SpaceStation Gaming to do. Craze running in and immediately getting destroyed in Simplicity. Now looking to take map number 1.
Wow, Val, you know what? Val, that was a crazy time. That was a crazy round as well. You know, Simplicity, man, they came out hot. They made it happen in 7-4 off the top.
That was shocking.
It really was.
I didn't expect that at all.
It was literally shocking.
Shocked. He took control of the whole last round right there, and he imprinted his name on every single part of that map with the drop shot.
Man, that was nice. So now, do you want to change your predictions, Val?
I'm feeling strong still.
No,
I'm feeling
you know,
strong
SpaceStation,
still.
they're coming off to that warm-up. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to call that a warm-up map, man. I still feel good about my prediction.
I think Simplicity a little bit more consistent, though.
Well, yeah, of course you guys got to make Blaze look good, and you make the rest of us look bad. These guys on stage right now, making Blaze look like the smartest man in the room.
No. Take that back. Blaze made himself look like the smartest man in the room, saying Simplicity was going to go do that.
Let me talk about the actual smartest man in the room right now, Affinity, the coach of Simplicity. And one thing I want to mention, I feel like One, that was SpaceStation's map pick, but I feel like when the weapons went down, Simplicity turned it into their map. They got the drop shot on first half and second half. I don't know why SpaceStation X'd out the top.
Yeah, I didn't get it either.
They got the Marxes for Kyle. These are the type of things, on top of Crash just being a perfect player, these are the type of things that will help you win a map against a top team like SpaceStation.
And that's one thing I've noticed throughout the entirety of this season, all of Season 2. SpaceStation is very good at placing weapons like Boom Shot, like Drop Shot, the obvious things that are in their favor. But when it comes to deep meta of weapon placing, no one beats Affinity in my eyes as a coach.
And you know what? I also want to say, too, Simplicity was smart. And I always say, if you lose that first round, and why it's so important, get that big power weapon down as soon as possible. Simplicity, they lost that first round and a half after having a nice little lead. They took it in their favor. As soon as the drop shot goes down at B, round 1 in the second half, you can't put nothing up top.
No.
Whatever fight Craze may have wanted with that end bar in the second half, they could not get it. It was a bad weapon placement for them to block it in the first half.
When it came down, that was terrible.
Terrible. I agree with you on that.
SpaceStation lost that first round, and I'm talking about Craze going off, Craze going off. Why would they X up top where that's Craze's spot? Sure enough, they're down 4-2 at the end of the half.
And I'm pretty upset. Taking a look at the initial of the very last fight, Craze pushed on his own into a 1v3. Simplicity was playing their game, okay? SpaceStation Gaming, they couldn't find themselves, and that's going to be trouble if they don't pick this up early map 2.
Yeah, and I got to ask you guys, Simplicity was getting absolutely dominated online going into this event. A lot of rough finishes and 2Ks. Obviously, Blaze did, expected this, but for the other guys, is this something that you could have seen happening? Simplicity really showing up today? Ribs, I'll start with you.
Oh, yeah, of course. These are proven LAN players, just like SpaceStation, but Crash, playing from the West Coast, playing on 90, 100 ping. His Lancer works now. 20 downs, he was slaying, he was getting kills with the incense, and then you have all that support, Clout's doing his thing. This is a scary squad if they're on fire.
So I'll tell you what, maybe it's not Affinity, maybe it's not Blaze, it's the smartest guy in the room. Maybe it's Ribs, the smartest guy in the room, predicting that, but it looks like we have a video package ready and ready to jump into some more. Let's learn a little bit more about Simplicity.
My name is Rodney Vaughn, my gamer tag is Clouds, and I'm on Team Simplicity. I've been looking for this opportunity all Season 2 because all Season 2 has just been a downhill for me, but my greatest ability is endurance and getting through things and getting at the top at the end of the day. So this opportunity was a blessing in disguise, to be honest. I'm not the IGL of this team, but if I got to lead at one point, then I'm going to lead. I got to slay at one point, I'm going to slay. I got to be the support for my teammate, I'm going to be the support player. Like anything I could do, everything I could do, I'm going to be the best I can for this team.
Looking to make his return to the main stage. Blaze, I know we've been casting for a long time. What are your thoughts on Clouds and Simplicity?
Man, you know what, Clouds? I said that he's going to be the X factor of this team beforehand. If he goes out and perform, they will do well. But the big reason why I really chose Simplicity to kind of come out on top with this one, I don't just judge the gameplay of both teams, right? They're records, because there's more than that. This is a big stage. This is Mexico City. Some players have better composure under pressure. The first match of the day, you don't really have a warm-up. You're warming up on the side stations to go out on this stage in an important pull and play. I just think Simplicity across the board, those players have more composure under pressure.
Yeah, that's a good point. Really is a matter of who shows up on LAN. That's what you love about this open format, pro circuit tournament style that we have here. Ribs, you came out your very first event, MLG Meadowlands 2009 it was.
10 years ago.
With Legacy, 10 years ago. Worked through open bracket, I believe. I think you had some qualifiers.
No, we were 6 seeds.
You were 6 seed coming in.
We weren't favored to win.
And you were not favored. You came in as an underdog and you did it. Talk about the underdog story in Gears of War.
Well, most importantly, a team like that, we were brothers. We had faith in each other. Yeah, you have faith in our captain, faith in our Slayer. It's a team like Simplicity right now, I feel like they're very comfortable with each other. Yeah. They haven't been doing well online, but they're the type of team that doesn't get down on that type of stuff. They know it's LAN that matters. This weekend is what matters. Online is just practice.
Yeah, that's a great way of looking at it. He's one of very few players to win his first ever tournament. Of course, huge congratulations to you. Speaking of championship winners and the Simplicity squad, of the 5 players in this team, do we have any champions? Do we have any former winners? I don't believe so. No. Clouds has never won when he's gotten second.
Kyle has not.
Kyle's not won.
Another second. Shock and Pale, no. Crash, no. No winners on that side.
They've made it to the finals plenty of times. They're very strong players, but they're looking for their first championship, which is scary because they're hungry.
Of course, on the European side, SpaceStation Gaming, you see Simplicity there. The one in the middle, the one we keep hyping up as the support player, the IGL in-game leader of this team, that's Crash. And of course, we have SpaceStation. Yes, they haven't won a global championship. They've won a few European championships, though. Every single one of them, really, in Gears of War 4, they absolutely dominate. So they know what it's like to play in those grand finals matches, but they're looking for the very first time to cement themselves a championship championship win here. They, of course, had a very disappointing Columbus Invitational back in November. They are out with a vengeance this event. Veli, do you think they have what's in them to bring it back here to win this one 2-1?
Fallout, you and I know best. Sometimes it takes just getting your butt kicked at the very beginning of a tournament. Actually, it kicks things off into gear. I mean, I got destroyed my very first game and then placed my best later on.
Wait, did you get like 28th place that event?
I got like 29th.
I cannot relate, man. I cannot relate.
Jordan, get out of here.
Your very first event, right and left here. Polar opposite.
My first event, I got 17th, and then after that, 3rd.
The one you dropped me, and
Yeah,
still
no,
placed the same placing, right?
Why
Meadowlands 07, me and Billy were teammates.
Yeah.
He dropped me for CDN.
We're going way back.
Yeah, he dropped me for CDN for that Meadowlands, and I was still cool with him. But the ironic part, when he joined High Council, he still played 17th.
Oh, yeah.
All right?
That's karma, baby.
Listen, I played pro every event after that, though.
Hey, SIBA, baby.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? SIBA, exactly. I picked up this guy, but we were just successful.
Shout out to Cream and Scar and Cloud.
Of course, but good times back then, guys. But let's get a little focused up on what we have here. Of course, a lot of history there, and a little feisty this desk. It's a different Gears Esports desk. But map number 2 is going to be the Slab. This is a new addition to Gears Esports, Gears Pro Circuit. Blaze, Veli, you guys have been casting this match for quite some time.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the Slab as a map, and who do you think has the upper hand in this one? Blaze, I'll start with you.
Yeah, man, this is my favorite map. And the reason why this is my favorite map, I feel like you have multiple different looks that you can bring out for your team. It really fits whatever play style you want. If you're a more close in your face type of team, you can get big power weapons towards that furnace area of the map, typically where that E-hill is located. It's a big congested fight, but those players who have to make those precision shots in those small moments are good. But on the flip side, if you go towards Death Row, where that B-hill spawns, that neutral hill, that's more of a big open area. If you're a team that has a heavy cross, good lancers, good pistols, good support weapons, you put a nice weapon up there, nobody's going to get it. A nice boom shot, drop shot, you're going to have to win those long range battles before you can acquire that power weapon.
You know, Simplicity starting off on map number 1, they showed the world that yes, we can play for each other. We can, offer support fire all around the map. But this Slab is different. The fights are going to be up close, and this is where SpaceStation Gaming picks things up.
Well, here we have it. Slab is map number 2. You heard the breakdown from Blaze. You heard the breakdown from Veli. And you now see the beautiful map fly-through. The new map fly-throughs, by the way, you already know we had to bring the fire here in Mexico City. It's going to be a great map, too. Map number 1, of course, was 7-4 in favor of the Simplicity squad.
Yeah.
Again, all eyes on SpaceStation. 7-4 is a close score, though. There's obviously an opportunity for SpaceStation. Ribs, your thoughts?
Well, they're going to have to show resilience now. Obviously, they're down the first map. First match of the day, they might not still feel warmed up, but this is a team that's been very consistent this season. If any team could crawl out of this down 1-0 deficit, it would be SpaceStation. I'm going to stick with my prediction. If they win this map, I do think they will win tiebreaker.
Yeah, well, there you have it. So he's sticking to it. Veli, he's sticking to it. He's jumping ship.
Of course. How many times have we seen a team win the first map and it just gets slapped on the other two? SpaceStation Gaming all the way, baby.
And Blaze, you sticking to the 2-0
Hell
here?
yeah, man. Come on. I don't even got to argue against that. Y'all saw what I saw at home.
He's like, gameplay speaking for me here. Well, we'll see who's going to be the smart ones leaving this one. Of course, Blaze looking pretty good here after map number 1. Just got the call that gameplay is just about ready. The map is loading up, and what a way it's been to kick off the inaugural match here at Gears Mexico City. The 3rd time we've had a chance, the pleasure to make it to Mexico City. I did a quick run through of the entire venue. It is absolutely lit here in this venue. You got cervezas being served to my right. You got the big crowd here to my left. Amon Green is in the house hanging out. All-time leading rusher for the Green Bay Packers, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Big Xbox and Gears of War fan. It looks like we got map number 2 ready and locked in, ready to go. Blaze, Veli, map number 2 coming straight to you. Take it away, gentlemen.
All right, Blaze. Moving on to map number 2, Slab. It's going to be quite different than what we saw in Forged Bliss. Yes, the Forged Bliss was open and prone to a lot of team fire, but coming into Slab, it's going to be a lot of in-your-face action. It's going to be pure Gears of War gameplay. And I feel like SpaceStation Gaming, if they start off hot and continue to play their own style of gameplay and not be over-aggressive, they're going to have a chance.
Yeah, they're going to have a chance, Val. But hey, this is a good map. You got to come out and you got to bring this fire. SpaceStation needs to, play like, and actually I think they are playing like the team I know that they can be.
Yeah.
But it's just Simplicity is just out-besting them.
Yeah, they are.
They're out-crossing them. SpaceStation, they got an uphill battle.
Well, what we've seen from them in the past has to come up now, because you do not want to give players such as Pels that type of consistency of just picking up kills left and right and just dominating players. So, Jack, trying to set the tone, taking out shot. Crash trying to come out of spawn right now. They're getting spawn trapped from this side of the map. SpaceStation Gaming now utilizing their shotgun to keep Simplicity at bay.
All right, here we go. As you see, so check this out, and this is a beauty on the side of Simplicity. More so, SpaceStation has pushed, they have controlled both home hills, right? But on the flipping at the B hill, Simplicity has recognized what type of position that they're in. So they say, hey, let's make the B hill our home hill. Kind of get a safe base of operations so we can get out of our spawn. They're slowly working to get their home hill back, but SpaceStation with the pressure, Clouds with the head up flank to get the pressure off his team. And that's exactly what Simplicity needed. But SpaceStation, how are they going to defend against that? The pressure's coming. Crim, what you going to do? He's falling.
And that's all that has to happen. One botched call out and getting flamed can destroy your entire flow. It can take away map control and the lead that you had. So now on board Phelps, he sees Crash right in front of him, but he has to be fast. But now Shock is over there to help out Crash, and Phelps is going to have to go big with Lancer Fire coming up from behind him. He's full red. Is he going to be able to finish? No, he's going to get down. It's going to be up to Jack. One down. Picks up the body shield and is able to scare Shock away.
All right, you see Jack, SpaceStation, they're pushing through. They're getting some pressure. They have no hills capped so far. They're on their back foot right now, Bell, but they're just trying to push out this B hill. But the trip cap domination is coming through. Jack just wanted to help his teammate, but they found themselves between a rock and a hard place. And in this round, it was Simplicity who was able to fight back. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. That's a long one for round number one.
You know, it's crazy how fast momentum can shift. You can have the lead. You can be spawn trapping another team, but you miss one call out and let one flank happen, and you lose immediately, instantly. So shout out to Klaus from Simplicity, the versatile newcomer on this team. He can do just about anything that you throw his way, and that's what makes him so valuable. But let's take a look at what Jackson put. He's going to X out Furnace.
Okay. Well, we'll see what they want to do. They exit out with a reason, so I wonder what that reason is. Now, you know how I talked a little bit about beforehand of when you're playing towards Furnace. I say that's more of a scrappy in your face fight.
You're right.
On the flip in, Death Row, Lancers out, win those long range fights. We saw the long range fight. Simplicity was winning the map before. Out crossing SpaceStation.
So you're saying that's not a good play.
Another questionable block to start this round off.
I'm starting to agree with you right here, Blaze.
But let's see what they can do. You see, it's Simplicity coming out swinging with the big man advantage. His 3 members down on the side of SpaceStation. Pale getting aggressive. He had one down, but Kyle and Clouts, the duo, they get in, and that was 5 dead quickly for SpaceStation Gaming. Now, Simplicity, they're going to get that last and final member. They have the B hill cap. Oh my God, Crash. He said, let me holler at you real quick.
That's what I love about Gears of War.
Let me talk to you. Let me have a conversation since you think that y'all going to come back in this one.
Look at me. I'm the captain now. Crash, trying to make a statement by humiliating SpaceStation Gaming.
Look at the unison of that. The unity between the 3 of them. They said decap, back roll, did it at the same time. Lancer's out. SpaceStation can't do nothing.
No. Kyle helping out Crash, and Crash able to stay alive throughout all of those encounters. But now, Kyle getting up, unable to clutch it up in a 1v2. But you know what? They did all they could. 2 hills to 1. SpaceStation Gaming now capping their first hill. Pels. Let's see what he's going to do. Oh, he's going to take this 1v1. He has support fire. He's getting flanked. Oh, Hydro comes up from behind, takes out Pels. And SpaceStation, they're going to be on the move. What is Crash going to do?
You see SpaceStation trying to get to that B hill, but Crash is making sure he's watching his alleys, pulling out that Lancer, making sure nobody can flank so his teammate can just worry about what's in front of him. Kyle's going to pick up that flank so Crash can get some shots in on that B hill, but SpaceStation just wanted to cap and start to build up and try to take the lead in this one. Simplicity's well aware, though, that they have a slight little lead. They can focus more on the kills rather than going for these hills right now.
All right, taking a look at Pels, trying to gather as much intel as he can. He sees players and he doesn't shoot off and give off his area. He's making sure he relays that information to his teammates, painting a picture in their head for their next push. And from the looks of it, they're able to get control of Death Row, and they're going to have team fire support to block it out. Is that Crash down?
But look at the angles for a Shock here, right? Has a nice little angle on B, but if they rush his teammate, he can get to him as soon as possible. That's why he keeps watching his left, waiting for that call out. But they have one down. Nice angles by Shock.
Nice.
Good support. That Barrett should fall. Now he needs Kyle and Crash and Lancer as well. They're slowly trying to get to B. This back and forth fight between both these teams just for control over the B hill. We're currently in a tie game as well. Who's going to be the next team to get B? Or will one team say, hey, you know what? Let's just go for their home hill. And it's looking like that's what Simplicity wants to do.
Oh, Crash, you see him wall bouncing, moving forward, helping out Klaus, impels, and here goes the push. A 3v3 for the A home hill. Klaus moving in first for his teammates. But on board repels, now trying to sneak around the opposition. He gets caught out, he's full red. They know he's there, but waiting for help to arrive now. He's gonna go ahead and make his push, capturing the B hill.
Smart play.
Oh, and the 2v1 gets the headshot on Phelpsy.
Okay, so Simplicity needs to be patient because they need to make a unified push for this A hill.
You have to.
But here comes the Lancers over the top. They're gonna lose one soldier. Pell just trying to make it, but he knew that was the only play he could have did. He needed all those players to turn around. But in this one, it is SpaceStation Gaming to get their first round in this second, on this second map. Now, in the first half, we watched them go back and forth.
Yeah.
They went back and forth all the way to round number 5 before Simplicity started to pull away with it on Forge. So we'll see what happens on this one.
That's why you don't want to wait too long to make a push, because when the score starts to get up there and SpaceStation only needs 10 more seconds to win the game, you don't want to just rely on just 10 seconds of pushing to go ahead and have a chance for a triple cap. That's why you're going to have to attack fast and early. And that's why the mid-game meta is so important.
I'm curious. Oh,
I love this.
They put it dead center furnace hallway, folks.
If you want it, you got to earn it.
That's a little bit, that's a mixture of kind of, you know, in-your-face fights and crossing as well. I don't know who's going to win this round.
All right.
We're going to be following Simplicity throughout the pretty much entirety of the round. See how can Simplicity break through, get a setup, and they're going to have 3 players approach the furnace. 3v3 fight at the furnace, 2v2 fight at the cut. We'll see who can get in first, and it's Phelpsy who makes it down Furnace Hall first. So if you're on the side of Simplicity, you need somebody kind of get in there. But Kyle says, you know what? I want to bait out some drop shots, cap this hill, and so my team can have a base of operations just in case SpaceStation gets a lot of kills with that drop shot.
And an unlucky crash as a drop shot was able to take him out. Phelpsy utilizing that amazing power weapon to its full potential, and now you're going to see gameplay slow down just a little bit.
Smart rotation for Clouds, too. Cloud said, I can get your home hill and force you back, and he gets away.
And that messed up their rotation.
But they can't chase him because they don't know who's over there, right?
Yeah.
They don't have no marks. That was behind the corner, so Clouds taps up in this situation. Nobody from SpaceStation can clean up that kill. But now, you got a new drop shot in about 1:30 coming up. SpaceStation needs to decide what they want to do with the drop shots they have. Are they fighting to end this round now? Are they fighting for a second drop shot? You know, what do they want to do? They might have to use it defensively.
Klaus was able to make that call, calling out that there was only one player guarding the C hill. So you see Simplicity try to make a push, but SpaceStation Gaming utilizing that drop shot, getting 3 kills, and all 5 players are down.
It's okay.
For Simplicity.
Simplicity is still going to come back into this round. It was a smart push by them. They put the pressure on the other side of the map to waste those drop shots. It is going to be 4 people on top of this hill, but Clouds hit a great smoke. He touches the hill. Now he needs reinforcements to come through. Backing up SpaceStation. The timing's working out, but now they need the kills in their favor. But Simplicity needs to get these kills.
You're going to need that one player to just push out and just clutch it up as much as possible. Oh, the domination is being flirted with at the moment, and Kyle jumping in and out of the hill. Now, he's going to have to attempt to do it again. He only has 3 seconds. Whoa, but Shock runs in, gets headshotted, and Kyle was too late for the party.
Beautiful work by SpaceStation.
Yeah,
beautiful,
they played that perfect.
Beautiful work. I thought by it being round number 3 that Simplicity was going to have enough time coming off respawn after forcing that team fight on the home hill of SpaceStation. But by it being 16-second respawns in that round, it just was not enough time. Maybe if it was 14, they could have fully set up for a second push, but SpaceStation played that one correctly. They utilized their drop shots correctly. They made sure they cut off all 3 lanes on the map, and they were able to get that home hill.
You see Klaus going in between, you know, the M-bar and incendiary grenade. He decided on putting down the nade, and now we're going to see how that's going to be used in this initial fight to drop the pickup of the drop shot. So that 2v2 is going to become way more complicated over in death row area.
Phelps, he's been getting the job done for his team. 3 rounds in, sitting at, he has 8 kills under his belt. Good looks to him. He's going to need some more, he's going to need way more production than that if they want to win these next 2 maps, though. But SpaceStation looking good. But Pale in the center trying to win these fights. But once again, SpaceStation working together, but I'm loving the back and forth. Now a clean 2v2 fight.
Oh.
Shock. That was smart play, but in the end, it's SpaceStation who got it done.
Jack able to come in from the middle of nowhere, getting kills and helping out Craze. And Craze, you will be rewarded. He's going to pick up the drop shot. You're going to see them go towards the B hill where just Kyle is trying to defend it. Crashes in the back with a Lancer, but Kyle runs in and try to create some type of pressure to slow down SpaceStation Gaming. It worked, but coming from Craze, he's bringing out that drop shot, and he's going to utilize it now, trying to get this B hill, but Jack dies, so that plan is going to be denied.
All right, so you see the members of Simplicity stacking towards the other side of the map. SpaceStation's going to trade off that drop, put it in one of their main power weapon players' hands. In Phelpsy, we'll see. He's going to be able to connect with one. They're looking to clean up the rest of these kills. They're having a difficult time with the remaining players of Simplicity, but they're finally going to take out Kyle. That B hill should go in favor of SpaceStation very soon.
Now, SpaceStation, you're starting to figure out what they're trying to accomplish here. They're starting to play more together, trying to utilize each other in team fights, a bait and switch, random flanks here and there, but they're still going to have to pick up their team fire if they want to make a difference. Jack getting the headshot on Klaus, but also if you're Phelpsy, Craze, and the rest of them, you're going to have to think about how you're going to channel that over-aggression to be good on your end. Yes, they're running in early. They're able to get off clean shots, but they're never able to finish the kill. Now it looks like they're starting to pick up on that.
Good drop shot there by Phelpsy. They're going to get their 4th kill on Pale. Shot can't do nothing. Clouds, he knows, is looking grim for him. He falls. SpaceStation 3 rounds in a row.
That's so demeaning when you're the last player alive and you have to jump in the hill and there's 3 players looking at you with a shotgun. It's like, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Klaus gets obliterated right there. The SpaceStation Gaming starting off strong. This isn't close at all like you saw map number 1.
Well, let's, on the flip end, you got one of the biggest X factors on the side of Simplicity. That's Coach Affinity. I'm pretty sure he has something up his sleeve for this moment, some type of adjustment, because they've pretty much been running kind of the same strategy these last 2 rounds. So now you can figure out what they're doing on this one and make the proper adjustment.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see if Simplicity makes the adjustment this round. If they do, it says a lot about them. Or we'll see if SpaceStation is just going to run away with this one in the first half.
I really like Simplicity's rotation so far. I mean, they have the game plan down pat. It's all about execution.
3 for Simplicity going towards mid-map cut.
Is it 2v3 for death row? What are they going to do? Phelps?
They got somebody in there for drop shot right away in that middle furnace, so Klaus picks it up on a quick pick. Smart transition there by Simplicity. SpaceStation defending well so far. Nobody has really died, but the pressure, the 5-man push towards B, the flank from Craze.
The flank, don't do it. Craze, all behind 3 of them, waiting for the perfect moment to go. What are you doing, Craze? You're going to have to go in and make a move.
All right.
There he goes.
That's the perfect 3 kills, but they're going to figure out where he is, and they're going to know where the last 2 members of SpaceStation Gaming are. Here comes those drop shots. They got a few more in hand. Kyle, he takes one. He squares up. He says, you want some of this? Backs up, knowing his teammate was not coming to help, but they're getting pinched. Can SpaceStation play this 2v2 properly is my question. They're looking good. They got 1 down. Can they get the 2nd? Kyle's going to play his life.
But now you see Hydro picking up the kill on Klaus. Kyle is going to die in the B hill. It's going to go towards SpaceStation Gaming. So now we're going to have a 1-to-1 hill count. No hills have been captured until now.
0-0 on the board, but both teams will finally get their first points. SpaceStation has a home hill across the map. They're going to have that slight advantage.
Oh, no.
But now Hydro looking to get crazy over here towards Furnace. He gets one, pulls out his Lancer, peppers up Pale. But somebody needs to get out their pistol and spread out a little bit to get these final few kills. But SpaceStation working together as a unit, putting some pressure on the home hill. It's looking like a SpaceStation round.
Kyle was running towards the home hill, and Crim didn't see it at all. So Kyle joining Shock in a 2v2, but they fail. Phelpsy getting the double kill with the help of his teammates, and Crash, the last remaining player from Simplicity, gets absolutely bodied, and the domination is going to go to SpaceStation Gaming as they continue to dominate Simplicity on this map, just utilizing all of their individual skill to knock them out.
Man, Hydro, 9 kills, 8 downs, 7 deaths. That's a great start. Good balance of production from him. Phelpsy, 15 kills. I told
That's
you.
crazy.
I told you he was gonna have to pick it up, and he doubled it from the last time I mentioned him. But let's see. What does Simplicity want to do? They had a great start to that round. They acquired the drop shot early on, and now they're saying we want a drop shot and a boom shot. Let's get crazy, because it's all about winning the team fight. And so you can have two power weapons that close to each other, because in a 22-second respawn round on a map that's where the hills are this close, you win that. You get that white. You're most likely going to win that round.
Well, it's definitely. Now, got the boom shot in Furnace and the drop shot in the middle. Blaze, this is where the static happens, all right?
Yeah.
This is where the fun happens. Jack running in, getting shot full red off of the reaction. Shot, and he's going to finish off the kill. Jack getting the first blood in the high drone, gets the boom shot.
Long range boom incoming. You got to keep the pressure on it. That was a trade. Oh, the boom set. Get off me there. High drone. He's getting it done, Vel. But here we go. Simplicity, last man alive is Pale.
Oh, no.
Trying to win his 1v1, but can't get it done. That's 5 down the side of Simplicity. You're going to see all the power weapons inside of SpaceStation. They're looking to go at 5-1 on Slab.
And this is why every time Fallout asks me if I'm going to hang on to my prediction, I look at him like he's crazy just a little bit. Because SpaceStation Gaming is not a team that you could beat on one map and think is going to be easy. SpaceStation Gaming utilizing every power weapon on the map, going up 5-1, 2 more rounds to go to tie it up.
And this is a Simplicity map pick as well. But for you guys at home, you see how those big 2 heavy power weapons, that boom shot, that drop shot, if you win the team fight, you're pretty much, it's 99% chance that you're going to win that round when both of those power weapons are on the map.
So hopefully Simplicity learned a little bit from that, because now we are going to hit halftime. And what does that mean, power weapon maps? You're going to take them off the map, and you're going to start brand new with brand new hills. The D, F, and the E hill over in the Furnace area. And taking a look at the overview of the map, Blaze, we're going to see pretty much the same kind of strategy.
Simplicity capped their home hill. SpaceStation did it. So SpaceStation has an extra man to the fight. We'll see if it makes a difference. You see the pressure coming in from the backs. And that's where that extra guy was at that mid-cut. But SpaceStation not able to take advantage of that one for now. But they're looking to get some kills over towards Furnace. 4v4 situation. SpaceStation makes it a 4v3 in their favor. Simplicity evens the odds. And Kyle gets a double, but looking to get some cover.
How big was that? If Kyle dies right there, SpaceStation Gaming, they're going to continue to push and capture all the hills out there. But Kyle being the Kyle that we have loved to know all year long in Gears of War 4, now you see SpaceStation Gaming running away towards their home hill.
Kyle is going to be the anchor for this team on me, Val. Kyle, he really, if anything goes wrong, and when Simplicity find themselves in positions like this where they lose 5 rounds in a row, I'm looking at Kyle to keep the team under control. Tell these guys, calm down. We got this. Breathe. Let's just take it one player at a time.
Now, how important is it that you have that type of veteran presence on your roster? Whatever situation you get thrown into, you have players like Kyle sitting there telling them it's going to be okay. I'm going to get this double kill and help you out, and we're going to gain momentum from here on out. We're not going to give up, even though we're down by 4 rounds. So let's see if Kyle & Co. has what it takes, and he's sitting there with 11 kills and 8 downs. This kill's been pretty efficient.
Yeah, you know, they have been. Kyle is one of those players that uses his secondary weapons very, very well and prioritizes that Lancer, that pistol, in a team fight rather than that shotgun. But you need a player who thinks like that, because there's too many other players who think, oh, team fight, I need a shotgun.
Yeah.
Kyle says, team fight, I need a pistol, or I need a Lancer. And but you need that, because that's something that needs to be instinctively for all teams.
He wants this. Kyle chasing Craze all the way into the courtyard area, but Craze baited him.
Oh,
he had
he's
Grim
up.
lancering, but Kyle's still alive. Finally gets taken down, but shout out to SpaceStation Gaming finally utilizing that Lancer fire to help each other out in these fights.
And you're going to see, this is Simplicity pressing the home hill of SpaceStation. They're going to dodge that smoke, so Clout's unstunned. There's 3 people in the area, but some of these guys need to focus on Clout and assisting him as he's close to enemy territory, especially if Simplicity wants to commit to this one, as they got 2 players pushing from their sides. I say they focus on these guys, Val.
Yeah, Phelpsy, he gets called out by Crash coming up from the flank. So now Crash is waiting for the perfect moment to shout out at Phelpsy, but Phelpsy runs away. But Crash, he finds Hydron all by himself in F hill area. Now deciding which way he's going to fight. He's going to help out Shock, Shock able to get that headshot on Jack. And this is pretty chaotic, Blaze. There's people coming from all angles.
I didn't think this was going to happen. Simplicity, you know
no.
what? Affinity is going to yell at these guys. He's not going to yell at them because he doesn't yell, but he's going to give that death stare at all his teammates at the end of this round. The reason why, they had 3 players of SpaceStation pressed in the spine.
You're right.
Simplicity had a double cap in front of them. They recognized 3 players from SpaceStation were pushing towards E. So they had a quick 3v2 on the home hill of SpaceStation that they could not win. SpaceStation did a great job at faking them, and you saw Simplicity take the bait, did not take their advantage. SpaceStation comes out, and they're going to get to match point in this round.
Craze coming out of nowhere, getting a double kill, putting a statement down. The SpaceStation Gaming wins 6 rounds in a row against Simplicity. Any naysayers out there? This is why you don't give up yet against a team of this caliber. Phelpsy on top with 20 kills.
Their front spine, Shock, 3 kills.
Oh no.
6 downs.
Oh no, don't say that,
Your
Blaze.
front spine can't have 3 kills.
That can't happen.
6 downs.
No, not at this
7
level.
rounds in. You know, you got to get in there. And he's being matched, I believe, it's either with Craze or Phelpsy every time. No, my fault, actually, he's getting matched against Jack in that fight over by Furnace. So the spawn order goes in order from the players on the side of your screen. From top to bottom is front spawns all the way down to back spawns. So the first guy is in the front, then the next 2, then the next 2.
Right.
It's 3 tiers.
And the thing is, Jack is running in with so much confidence. He's not being stopped at all. He runs in, makes sure that Shock is full red, and continues to get kills. But Klaus is going to get the first blood. Kyle now putting out shots. Simplicity coming together, taking out 2 players, Jack and Krim, sent to the grave. What's going to come up next?
It could be a little bit too little too late, but it starts with this round, right? It starts with Simplicity utilizing the drop, get into the home hill of SpaceStation. They need to cap that hill and defend it with the drop while the rest of their players spread out and cap E, but you need to cap it quick. You know, as a player, you're in a sandwich right now, but they did a good job navigating between the bread, and now they're going to overextend just a little bit to put the pressure on SpaceStation.
All right, Shock coming up behind his teammates, Crash and Klaus with Hydron in their sights. Utilizing Team Fire, he's going to get down and gets taken out swiftly by Klaus, but Shock.
Can you do that?
No, Shock, no, go.
Oh, Shock, no, Shock wants a cleaner angle. Yeah, that's a
but you know what? That's okay. Even though he missed, SpaceStation, they're now aware. They're going to panic. They're going to be sporadic in their push, and you see them not knowing what to do. Phelpsy being overly aggressive, and Shock takes him out.
Good composure by Shock, Vale. He kept making sure he got behind his teammates. He kept making sure that he wasn't too far in front of the fight with that drop shot or too exposed with it. He wanted to make sure he could protect it, and you see how focused he is.
Oh, yeah.
He's locked and loaded.
But, you know, taking a look at his face, it's a good thing because you don't see them upset. You don't see them complaining. They're still communicating. There's some chatter going on, and they're not giving up yet against SpaceStation Gaming. But Shock finds himself in a 1v2. He's going to back up immediately, wait for some teammates to come and help him out. Kyle gets killed across the map, and Jack is a victim of a headshot, and Shock finds himself in a 1v3, nothing to do. Can he clutch? No, he gets taken out.
We'll see what can his teammates do on the other side of the map. And as he was distracting them, his teammates played for a home hill setup, controlling D and F, and they have a little lead. But they know that getting that home hill is just bait for one player to go decap it. They're going to take their 5v4 at E as soon as possible and try to get a better 2-hill setup. Because I don't like the home hill setup on this map.
No. Crash and Kyle tried to push in and make something happen, but Krim and Co, they made quick work of that. But Krim finds Klaus pushing up. Klaus trying to get the angle on him, and the drop shot barely misses him, but the pistol will down him. Krim's going to pick up the kill and continue to rotate. But Crash finding Pels in trouble. Pels, usually the kryptonite against SpaceStation Gaming. He gets handled swiftly by Jack, and the power weapons are coming out. You see the explosions.
That could be the last drop.
Yeah, that's it, Crash. He knew not to run in.
This is a scary situation though for Crash.
Oh, trying to pick up a kill, and he was able to get it.
Does he make it to E?
No. Blaze, F-Hill, being decapped.
Oh.
They're looking for the triple cap.
Pale, this is huge.
This is
Shock, Clouts. He's creeping up. They got another one.
Okay.
But Pale needs to go do something else. He wants to secure it for his team. Pale going to the home hill is the smartest play he could have made.
You can't waste any time at all. Take a look at the score. 187 to 177. You're not going to win off of... Wait, can they win off of 2 hills?
They just need to decap this.
It can happen. Pell's decapped, and no hills are in anybody's favor.
He's going to touch that one time. So smart.
Oh, Pell's with the great plays.
He just knew he had to be annoying for a little bit for his teammate to get the job done at E and F. And I think they did get it done.
Well,
And Crash, a little extra sprinkle on top of that Sunday in this round. But
Jack,
if Simplicity wants to make it to Championship Sunday,
they're going to have to close it out. But you know what, Blaze? They're not sweating it at all, up 6 rounds to 2. All they need is one more. Simplicity, they're still going to have to fight this uphill battle. It's not going to be easy because SpaceStation Gaming, they own this map.
I was going to say, do they stack the boom there again?
I say exit out.
No, but it was smart because
they've been winning.
Yeah, it was smart. But also at the same time, granted, SpaceStation is the only team that's going to be making placements, right?
You're right.
So Simplicity can't make any more weapon placements because they are at match point to lose in this map. So they got the one in that they needed with the drop shot in the middle. Now it's all about what SpaceStation wants, but we'll see when they're going to end this because they should be able to end this soon. We haven't seen a 6-1 comeback on land, by the way, folks. I want to set that story up in case it happens.
I would love to see it. And Phelpsy getting the first kill, working for the second, solid shots. Miss Rose able to get the second, but that's a trade. He gets taken out. Klaus, what are you going to do?
So
Full red, running away. Simplicity knowing that this fight is not theirs.
It's all about getting your health back when you can. Taking those small opportunities. SpaceStation not allowing them to get their health back. They recognized the damage that they put out, and they said, yo, we worked hard on the initial. We worked hard as a team to press you guys back. If they would have waited an extra 2 seconds, I believe it was Kyle and Shock would have got their health back, and it would have been a completely different fight, and that other player would have tapped up. They had to put the pressure on them, and they got a drop shot because of it.
Got that right. And Simplicity simply fighting for their lives. 1 hill lead. Excuse me, 1-1 hill so far. But take a look at the scores. That's going to be so important because...
the pressure. He's hurt. He got a drop shot,
too. Triple cap. You know, Craze stayed alive long enough to waste time from Simplicity, so it's not a bad thing.
And he went to the furthest spot he could have because he knew that in case he had to tap up, in case a teammate could have saved him, he wanted to be somewhere annoying for the team to pick up the kill. But it's SpaceStation with 3 on the board.
This could be it,
looking for the last guy. But it's Pell holding off.
Pels, he's going to have to win this 1v1. Jack coming up behind the Pels. Just was a 1v1. Can he get another?
To have the presence of mind to be that hurt, but to push somebody. Because he knows that he needed to get the kill in that moment.
All right, Blaze, and that's the timer. SpaceStation
Is it over
looking. Oh, no.
Is it over?
It got denied.
I don't know. This round ain't over. I know that much. SpaceStation, can they get it done? They get 1 kill, 2 more, defending the home hill of Simplicity.
The D hill currently being decapped by Jack to make sure Simplicity stays in the hole a little bit longer as they continue to be persistent and trying to take over the D hill. But look at Phelpsy right behind him, coming in for the flank, able to pick up a kill on Klaus. Pels finds himself in a 1v2 as well. Is that looking good for Simplicity?
Somebody overextended on the other half of the map, and Simplicity's buying time for him to get to F or E. The question is, does he make it there in time?
Oh, that's going to be it. Woo. SpaceStation Gaming tying things up, making this game go into overtime tiebreaker map.
I wouldn't want a better start to this event, Val.
Oh, yeah.
You know, split on the desk, you know, on predictions, and now we're about to see a game number 3.
And there you have it. SpaceStation Gaming does it with a 7-2 victory in map number 2. They did it in a better way than Simplicity was able to do at map number 1. Blaze, I'm going to keep coming back to you. I'm going to keep beating this dead horse. I'm going to ask you, who's winning game 3?
Simplicity.
God, not even hesitation?
Simplicity.
Not even a little bit?
Not a little bit.
Yes,
they're going to clutch up in game number 3.
All right, what's the score going to be? Are we going to round 13?
No. It's going to be 7. I got to see the map. My gut said 7-3, but I want to see the map.
Yeah, I want to see the map as well. That's a big point.
Well, we're getting ahead of ourselves here. Game 3 is going to be an exciting one, that's for sure. Fallout here, back on the desk. I'll be hosting all weekend long, joined with our analyst, Jay Ribbs. Map number 2 was a great one. You guys called the action in a beautiful way, but Ribbs, I got to ask you, what did you see?
More close quarter combat. Like Belly said, Slab played out very differently than Forge. Simplicity didn't really get a lot of the angles that they wanted. We saw SpaceStation go off. Jack went off with 32 kills.
Yeah. He shut Shock down. Yeah. Shock was the front spine, and about 7 rounds in, Shock was 3 and 6.
Yeah, Shock was struggling.
Jack was whooping him.
Yes.
Whooping him so bad.
And I've been hard on you all day, Blaze, and you know it's out of love. But remember that's the guy you called to be the game player?
I did. And yo, hey, I'm wrong sometime, right? I admit, Jack whooped his ass.
Blaze.
He did.
Yeah,
but still, at the end of the day, it's not over yet,
It's
John.
not over yet. He's sticking to his guns here. Jack, a great performance from him. Of course, when we asked who are going to be the X factors, who's going to perform the most He said Krim. He said crazed. Ultimately, it was Jack, the newcomer to this team. Veli, what was it that he was doing so well for the squad?
He was just running. He set the tone off of the initial. Every time he ran in towards the middle, you saw him hit off a beautiful reaction shot, getting whoever was near him full red, and then just getting map control by running in there first. And you know what? Krim, Craze, and everybody else, this whole team was they were the MVP.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't just one player. Yes, the stats are pretty to look at, but it was a team.
It was a team effort.
You
I
saw
agree.
Phelpsy coming up on flanks, Jack starting things off in the initial round, Craze doing his thing, and Krim with the support fire. This was a really good SpaceStation gaming.
Yeah, we saw a great SpaceStation gaming. I had the pleasure to cast the debut of Jack at Nottingham, the EGL European Open event, and a lot of people were giving him criticism. Were saying, is he really the right pickup to replace a power hitter in Marsh?
I was one of them.
You were?
I was one of them.
I was too.
Ribs?
Oh, yeah.
We
I was
all
very
were.
hypercritical of him.
Marsh
Yes.
is super talented, and he was one of the most talented players in our entire esport when he was here. You could almost say he was definitely top 10. We can all agree that Marsh was a top 10 player when he was playing in the game, when he was playing on circuit.
Interesting. I don't know if I'm going to agree with that one. I'm going to have a little controversy here. I don't know if his teammates would agree with that either. But
Well, Ribs, what do you think on that statement?
Marsh being
played
top
against
10
him,
in
right?
the world.
Mexico City last year.
No. When Marsh was playing with SpaceStation and they
Right,
started to break out those two events,
Yes.
well, what would you have placed Marsh at that time with SpaceStation being that top
In the
3 team?
world, yeah, he was definitely playing at a top 10 level. Yes, he was playing very well on that team, and he was doing more than just playing. He was leading. He was communicating. I watched a lot of their practices online. He was a key component to that team. So when they picked up Jack, I was a little
critical.
skeptical, but Jack pulling up big here on map number 2.
He's been showing up, and again, major kudos to Jack. It's not hard to fill a team's shoes. I've been there before when I played with Team Envy, Nick Merckx and Co. back in the day. It's definitely something that's hard to do. So Jack has performed, but Marsh has been another storyline just to keep an eye on. If you're Marsh, if you're watching, I want to see your return to Gears Esports because, man, he was fun to watch. That's for sure. But back on top of
being a
this
doctor.
Marsh, what?
He's being a doctor.
Is he going to be a doctor?
Yeah, he's in med school. Yeah, he's being a doctor.
Smart
hey,
guy.
you know, he got his priorities and shit.
He went from blown up bodies to putting them together now. So hey, shout out to Mark. Congrats.
Throwing them back together. Marsh can do it all, that's for sure. But you got to give your hat off to Jack and the entire SpaceStation squad. And breaking down map 2 a little bit further, would you guys argue that SpaceStation is one of the best slab teams in the game? It obviously fits their style really well. Please.
You know what? I got to see him more on slab.
I agree.
You know, I agree. I can't make a bold statement like that on who's going to be the best slab team because we just added to the rotation not too long ago. But we are seeing some gems, and they played it very, very well. And that's one of the first times where I've seen both teams really kind of focusing on that mid-furnace hall.
Yeah.
We typically see the power weapons on the ends when me and Veli have seen slab on fight night. But, yeah, we're going to know by the end of this weekend who's one of our best slab teams. I guarantee you that
some
one.
more slab. I know a couple teams, I think Rise Nation loves playing on slab as well. So a variety of teams like picking slab, and I think we're going to see a little bit of it. I couldn't agree more. It's good to see some action in that mid-furnace. Felt like Gears 3 a little bit. Boom Shot used to spawn there, and it used to be Madness. That was kind of the center point of the map. We'll keep a close eye on slab and SpaceStation's performance on this map. But going into Game 3, not sure what the map is yet. We'll get you guys that info as soon as we do have it, but it's going to be a good one. What do you think SpaceStation needs to keep doing more of? I'm going to turn it over here. I keep turning my back to the 3 back Gears War champion.
I want to talk about simplicity, not SpaceStation.
All right, let's hear it. What do you got?
So I'm going to stick to my prediction. SpaceStation 1 map 2, they now have all the cylinders firing.
Yeah.
But we talked about Clouds. And Clouds is an emotional leader. If Simplicity does bring this back, I think he's going to be a key component. He's the type of player that does not want to lose. He's the type of player that lets his teammates know I don't want to lose.
Yeah,
that's a great
And
point.
if he gets loud and he gets hyped, I think it will bring Simplicity out of that small slump they might be in after getting destroyed in that slab.
That's what's so important about him. You know, that's what he brings to this team. You always at least need one emotional leader like that on your team when you find yourselves in these difficult positions. If you just get your butt kicked 7-2 like that after you had a successful map 1, if nobody can say with their chest, hey, let's come back.
Yeah.
We made some mistakes. Let's come back and get the team hyped. And that's what Klaus does for them, and every team needs a guy like that.
Yeah,
And he's the smallest guy, too.
Yeah.
Biggest heart.
Biggest heart, smallest guy.
Yeah.
That's for sure. And I saw him earlier in front of his teammates, and I told him the same exact thing. I want Gears 3 Clouts back. I want the Clouts that was playing on main stage, one of the most consistent and top LAN performers in the game. He was so much fun to watch, but also what he brought to the table was exactly what you gentlemen have mentioned. It was his energy, his leadership, and his ability to motivate his team unlike any other. Do you have any player in the game that you'd compare Clouts to? Any player maybe in traditional sports that you'd compare Clouts to?
No, not at all, because Klaus, he has a pretty interesting play style. You're never going to see Klaus take over a game with a shotgun, but Klaus is going to take over the game with support fire and sniper rifles, M-bars, and whatnot. Usually players that play like that are home hill players. Klaus, he's in the middle of the action, doing all of that, doing all of the dirty work for his teammates. So Simplicity, if they're able to utilize that on open maps and use team fire to their advantage, you know, he's a big addition for Simplicity.
You see him there at the bottom of your screen, looking all pumped up and looking ready to motivate his team here for game number 3. Perhaps this picture is indicative of what we're seeing. Simplicity ready to bring to the table here in game number 3. Everyone here knows they're an emotional team. Everyone here knows what they bring to the table, and that is pure energy, pure hype, and emotion. But you heard it in the pregame interview from Kyle. A double-edged sword is the fact that they're all such close teammates. It's great. They're firing on all cylinders. They have the chemistry. It could also backfire a little bit as a team that knows each other so well is perhaps a little bit too comfortable. And it looks like here, game number 3 is going to be on Diner. Gentlemen, Ribs, any thoughts?
That seems to play more towards Simplicity's play style. We'll have to see how the weapons go down because, like I said, the coaches is all about the weapon selections in this map.
Well, here we go. Map number 3 being Diner. The other map that was recently added to the Gears Pro Circuit map rotation, spicing things up this year in esports Gears, and I could not be more excited for the action here. Diner, Rib says it favors Simplicity. Can they bounce back and show some fortitude in bringing this back, or will SpaceStation Gaming continue to roll with the momentum that they have? Blaze, Veli, take it away.
Thank you, Fallout. Blaze, the first game of the day. We're going to tiebreaker map. Simplicity, SpaceStation Gaming, and on board with Shock. We're going to see a big fight in the kitchen. Shock being overly aggressive, not able to land the shot yet. You see the team fire coming through.
Woo! You see the pressure coming in. It's a big team fight, and we usually, and this is the primary fight in the first half. It's the kitchen, and it's looking like we got too many cooks in it for now. But both teams being patient, looking for that opportunity. Kyle baiting players off of cover so his support players in the back can get some damage on them. And they're gonna take this wide area. They're gonna take control over the burners, but how bad are they gonna burn the players on the side of SpaceStation? And SpaceStation get in and say, get out of our kitchen. We're the chefs of this one. And they're going to put the pressure on Simplicity. SpaceStation to control the B hill, but they're keeping the pressure up, Bill.
Oh, yeah, and Jack Sandatona with the headshot. Crash trying to hold Jack back. Able to take him out. Kyle dies, and the domination comes through. One of the fastest rounds on Diner I have seen yet. 1 minute and 4 seconds. Well, no.
It felt fast.
It was extremely fast.
It felt super fast.
SpaceStation Gaming, I mean, so we take a look at this map and the two play styles from both teams. You have a team that relies on a heavy team fire and a team that relies on big shotgun fights close up in your face.
Yeah.
And when they had that fight in the kitchen for so long, that was it. It all went into SpaceStation Gaming's play style.
So the teams putting a weapon down that parking lot is super crucial. And you know what? We've seen a lot of snipers on this map as well because of the sight lines. It's a very flat map, you're pretty much always at headshot level when you come out of spawn, and it's just good adjustments. Some snipers get what I'm saying on that one, but they're going to keep it light in the kitchen. They say, hey, we just want to put ints in. So that's telling me that Simplicity says, hey, we like that big power weapon fight outside at the parking lot.
You know what, Blaze? I was starting to like the parking lot weapon drop because that would have been more of Simplicity's play style. Big wide open area, able to utilize their team fire, but they're going to keep the fight in the kitchen where it was a standstill at first, and then Jack came in with the double kill to break the ice for SpaceStation Gaming as they took over. And you see them being aggressive again. Oh, Craze falls, Pels falls, Jack falls, bodies all around, but no clear winner yet.
The instance will make a difference, and that's 4 down with a player dead. So we'll see if Simplicity can return the favor to SpaceStation with a quick trip cap domination. And that's the right way to set the tone. But they recognize that, hey, Krim has held them off for too long, so Simplicity is going to try to get these NCNs rotated outside or keep the NCNs inside to protect B.
All right, you see 2 shotguns out against 3 players from SpaceStation Gaming. Krim able to get the headshot on Klaus Macau, trying to hold back 2 players. The meat shield wasn't enough. Craze able to help out Jack to take him down, and Shock is trying to bring the fight back into the kitchen area with his 2 teammates, waiting for the next incendiary nade spawn.
So, Simplicity makes you work for map control. I like how they made for SpaceStation work for that map control around that corner. They say, hey, we can back up, but we want you guys to try to earn this. We're going to utilize our angles as well. He tried to hop over towards the back, but NCNs in hand of Crash. Oh, he's going to see that smoke. He says, hold up. He's going to drop one at the door just to be patient. Now, if you put an instant on some of these key cover spots like that one, you can pick up some easy kills.
Crash and Pels cooking it up in the kitchen. Crash able to get the pick up on Pels. Pels taking out Krill. That's what we like to see. Simplicity going off in the kitchen so far.
You can't miss that shot. You got to pick up that double kill for your team, but Simplicity is going to be hyped off of that one. They want the trip cap domination. They want to return the favor. 4 players on top of this hill. It doesn't go any faster after 3. But they're going to work on these kills. You need to fight in this hill at all times.
Yeah.
Do not fight to them. But they're going to lose B. They're going to lose B, so they got to fight for the kills. Okay, I didn't see that at first.
Yeah, Pell's going down. Crash trying to redeem his teammate by getting a kill on Krim, but is unable to go down. Crash able to pick up a double kill.
Oh, you don't, back out. You don't want to stay over here for too long, but he does know that Kraze does not have spawn shield, so he says, hey, I can kind of fight over here a little bit because this guy can take some damage. I can control this area, but not for long because any other player that comes off respawn has that spawn shield to protect them from damage, and you're just going to be a free target.
Blaze, it's been about a minute so far. Simplicity, they've been harassing SpaceStation Gaming in their own spawn area, wasting so much valuable time. And take a look at the score in the top left. 180 to 137, but
this is where you don't want to turtle too hard, though.
No,
so
not at
for
all.
Crash and Simplicity, he needs to make a play for that home hill when he gets a chance.
All right, Crash on the hold back. Krim and Hydrone able to get the down on Hydrone
they got
with
it
help
down
from
in
his
the back.
teammates.
Yeah, you got to be aggressive.
You got to go in.
Oh, they're not going to worry about it. Why, though?
Oh,
Why
the seal is being decapped. SpaceStation Gaming, they overextended. They snuck behind Simplicity, and they're going for the triple cap.
Oh, no. Affinity is going to be so upset if they lose this round.
Shock, unable to get the 1v1 against Hydrone. Hydrone gets the kill and
Big
the revive.
Kills. Big kills for Clouds.
Oh, no.
Oh, Affinity is going to be so upset. Wow. You can't lose that, Vel. And, you know, so when I was calling out from Crash's position, that he needed to go. And when they got the kill on Hydrone, he should have straight line. Both those players should have straight line when Hydrone got down. They should have capped the home hill.
It would have spread the map.
But why? My question is it's got to be the main stage pressure getting to him, right? You got to have composure in that situation. You got to know that, hey, we got a quick 2v2 fight. We got it down. Now we got a 2v1. Let's go win a round for our team.
You're right.
Let our teammates worry about our home hill behind us. It's coming off a respawn, but they dropped the ball there.
And for those of you at home that are unaware of why Blaze always says Affinity is going to be so upset, Affinity, ever since he started playing, he's been a strat-heavy player. He's been known for that all throughout the entirety of his Gears career. So him coming to this Simplicity team, he's trying to instill that type of knowledge into his teammates to where they're smarter than everybody when it comes to rotations, team pushes, and just capitalizing every decision out there on the field.
All right, 4v4 team fight for the B hill. The most lethal weapon on the map are a pair of incinerator grenades on top of that B hill. Going to be in the hands of SpaceStation Gaming. They're going to get them and back up, use these incense to control the B hill. And yes, that's exactly what they're going to do as well. They're going to look like they're going to want to play for another trip cap domination, but they're going to have to kill the remaining 3 players of Simplicity that's guarding their home hill.
This is Jack's diner, by the way. Every time Jack goes into the kitchen, he stays cooking, getting another double kill, scaring away a 3rd player. Now, SpaceStation, after getting those kills, now they're trying to formulate some type of map control. So moving on to Phelpsy. Oh, he barely misses an instant grenade, but he's going to move in towards the A hill, just be a nuisance, try to stall them long enough for his teammates to come in and get this triple cap. That's what they're working for.
That's going to be 3 down on the side of Simplicity.
This is it.
SpaceStation moving in as a unit, capping the home hill. They're showing Simplicity how you really get a trip cap domination done on this map. Simplicity, they've lost a lot of rounds in a row, and I want to say they've lost like 10 of the last 11.
Yeah.
This is where the turnaround needs to happen.
And it all starts from the beginning. It all starts from the top. Whenever Jack, Hydrone, or anybody makes a big play, they have to continue doing exactly what they did last round. It's the mid-game adjustment, being able to push up and get as much map control as you can to go for the triple cap. If you're not able to get it, formulate a line to where if you continue to pick up kills, you can push further into your opponent's spawn to eventually get the win. That's exactly what they did. And Klaus putting down in the parking lot area, it's going to be the drop shot.
That's what they need. Yo, they only down by 3. Okay, it's not over yet. You figured out your opponent. Now you switched into a completely different team fight. It's going to be more of an open team fight. You had a few rounds to kind of fill out your opponent, kind of see what type of rotations that they like. These are higher respawn rounds. It's all about first blood and getting a power weapon.
That's all it
if
is.
Simplicity can utilize their strengths in this fight, they'd be A-okay. They can tie this up at 3-3 by going into the half.
And this is where you got to call out numbers.
First blood.
There's currently a 2v1 in the kitchen. They're going to have to take advantage of that. But as you see, SpaceStation Gaming, they did just that. Moving in to help out Phelpsy. Kyle gets destroyed. Crash trying to make something happen. Taking out Phelpsy in another 1v1 for Red. He backs out.
Good teamwork. But now you need to make sure you cap the home hill of your opponent. They're sending the drop shot inside to B, trying to get Krim marked, but, oh, he's going to get that down. He's going to get the inside. Oh, he didn't get it.
No, he missed it.
But you got
How about your teammate, Shock?
Oh,
Shock.
he missed 2.
Shock.
He's getting pinched. Krim to extend the round. Shock just needs to keep his composure. Yeah, you made a few mistakes, but the round's not over yet.
Clout, he acknowledges that Klaus is in the 1v1. So moving over towards Klaus' area, he's primed to help him out with his Lancer out. You're going to see him go towards the kitchen bar. This is where he's going to be useful. Shooting through the smoke, making sure everybody from SpaceStation Gaming are going to be hurt just enough for his teammates to move in and get kills.
When we see SpaceStation get these clean trip caps, that's a testament to why you don't make those team changes, right? Skillfully, Simplicity is just as skillful as SpaceStation Gaming, but having that, you know, making those easy rotations, getting those, you know, having your teammate know that, you know what, my teammate's got this, I need to go do that, right? It's second nature to SpaceStation because they've been playing together for so long. And that's what's giving them that upper hand in the later half of the series.
You start to know each other a little bit more once you start playing with each other for so long.
Yeah.
I sometimes start to guess what you're going to say next, and sometimes I'm right. But, I mean, it's just chemistry, Blaze.
Yeah, it is.
It's chemistry.
It is. And, you know, it's showing. But this is where Simplicity has to dig deep, though. Protecting Kyle is Shock's job for now, and that was beautiful. He knew not to go for the revive. He knew just to protect the up A's around the car, and Kyle was going to be able to tap up. That's a veteran play there.
All right, Shock now calling out numbers, making sure Krim and the rest of them are going to have an issue capturing this A
Oh, they got
hill,
it down.
but Shock moving in on the flank.
Oh.
A little bit too late. You see Krim and Jack able to get the double kill.
That was, I don't know who to blame that one on, but Shock was in position to get that drop. Oh, you gonna give me a quick one from up? Oh, no, put it up. Put it on your back. All right, quickie.
Oh, Jack.
Another quickie? Oh, come on, give it to me. Over the top, you see they coming, you see the pressure. There you go. Over the top, he takes out his teammate, though. Shock doing a little bit too much. He just needs to put down those precision shots, but he will save 2 and back it up and protect his home hill. And they have the lead, but for very little time. They need B.
Yeah, SpaceStation Gaming, they're now going to surpass Simplicity in regards to points. 2 hills to 1. As I said before, you're going to get 1.5 points
But nobody's watching your home, though.
No.
Shock's looking over there a little bit. He's waiting for the mark. Over the top. A little bit too deep.
He's going to have to land this place, his last shot.
He gets it.
There you go.
They don't have the lead, though. They need this hill. They need an AD cap. The mark is there. Big 1v1 by Clouts.
Oh, they're
got it done,
they
Bill.
got it.
They got it done.
SpaceStation, they're going to have to break a hill right now, and that's going to be it.
Oh, that was a close one. That was a close one. And, you know, sometimes you guys at home, we don't even know who's going to come out and win that round.
Honestly, so much was happening. I didn't realize everybody was dead on SpaceStation Gaming. Simplicity, they played that perfect.
Shock,
that was
man,
too close to comfort.
You know, Shock, he needs to take a few deep breaths. But I think he's getting back into his game. I think he's ready to rise to this occasion. He's a big slayer on this team for a reason. He's one of the main slayers on this roster.
Yeah. But the question is, which Shock are you going to get? Shock came into Season 2 after subbing with Optic Gaming in the offseason. He came in as a brand new player getting – it was pretty normal to see Shock getting about 30 kills or more a map. And Shock, ever since then, he kind of went more into a passive role, started lancering more for his teammates, but it's him getting comfortable again. Now that he's playing with his old teammates, now he can fill that role perfectly. 9 kills and 5 downs in only 4 rounds so far.
All right. As we see, is coming down to the fight at the parking lot. Shock, he's utilizing that. He has like a second front, but it's technically a front spawn kind of on his map a little bit. He gets crossed up. That's a good focus fire there on the side of SpaceStation Gaming, but Simplicity right back into the action.
All right, you see Shock moving in with Crash. You're going to quick pick the drop shot.
Smart.
Gives up the kill on Hydrone. Currently putting Simplicity in the lead in regards to kills, but Crash barely misses the drop shot on Phelpsy. Staying alive as long as he can.
And you're supposed to pull out your pistol in those situations, but he needs to help his teammate out. He's trying to save as many drops as possible. And they got B, but he needs to cut off the players in the rotation. He caught him with that one. That's what I'm talking about. Now, to protect the home hill, it doesn't even matter.
Jack unable to get there in time. Simplicity now fighting from under. They do not want to lose early on in the pool play.
That was good patience, right?
Oh, it was great.
So we didn't see it at the time, but they heard the call out that we can't be.
Yeah.
We want a team fight. Be patient. We'll wrap into the home.
Exactly.
They're going to get flustered, right?
Yeah.
That's why they wasn't that aggressive. And they said, hold up, plant our feet. The flank is coming. They
Yep.
were patient, recognized 20-second respawns on the round, got it done.
And the communication was key. The fact that Kyle was able to run in there solo and trusted his teammates to have his back, that was huge. The drop shot came in, saved Kyle from the 1v1. Simplicity won the round. Now looking to win one more to tie things up. And this is now a game, Blaze. We were looking at a 3-0 earlier on.
I told you, in the later half of the rounds, once they get a good strategy, they can come back. But SpaceStation saying, hey, they finally got a chance to remove a weapon off the map. They got rid of the drop and say, you guys are late for y'all shift. Come back to this kitchen.
They want none of it.
But let's see if Simplicity is going to change it up a little bit, right? Or is SpaceStation still going to come out on top of this fight? 22-second respawn round. The Incense went in hand of SpaceStation as well. So the pressure actually going more towards the home hills. Kyle trying to stay alive, can't get it done though. He will fall. It's a 3v4 situation, man advantage SpaceStation Gaming.
Simplicity trying to throw a fake push towards the kitchen area. They went outside to try to get a double home hill setup. They failed, and now SpaceStation Gaming has them cornered off. Phelpsy trying to get the best angle possible. Klaus able to get out the way, and Crash picks up the hammer burst. That's going to be huge for them to hold off the line.
All right, so SpaceStation saying, hey, let's just back up a little bit, slow it down. We got a 2-cap. Let's not force it too much. No drops on the map. Get our support weapons. We'll see if anybody wants to utilize that overkill on any team. And as I said, it goes in the hand of Shock. But SpaceStation plan for a 2-cap, but you see the rotation on the other side. They're bringing the bunker buster, the overkill to the kitchen, and we're seeing the rotation from the X-ray as they start to stack up. But Jack's ready. The hammer burst is in position. Pinpoint accuracy. Crash can't even turn the corner.
This is scary. This is a scary SpaceStation Gaming. They're daring Simplicity to come into the kitchen area. And now you see Kyle leading the way for 3 of his teammates. 2 of his teammates. So trying to make a push towards the kitchen area. Is Phelpsy going to make a move with his hammer burst? He puts it on his back to bring out his shotgun.
Beautiful play. They said don't go through the door. They said go around. They went around, and now Shock did pick up one. That overkill, we don't see it a lot, but in these situations, you do not want to fight Shock close range because he will melt you.
Oh, double kill Jack, trying to live up to his name. Able to get it down, but Crash from the back pulls out his pistol, able to get the down on him to stop him from getting the potential double kill. Crash.
That was a nasty back
That's
A.
a bad man.
That's a nasty back A. But SpaceStation, they lose the 2-cap, but look at the lead. Big lead. Oh, Shock. I say you don't want to get in close range with him. That overkill is like, it's a shotgun on steroids.
It's a shotgun on steroids. Hey, that's the
describe it.
If you see it, you just scream and run away. All right, Krim able to get it down. Is he going to be able to get up? Craze currently, no. Krim
They're playing for the trip cap. Uh-oh.
SpaceStation Gaming.
Shock is
only
here to play.
Hill.
B-Hill.
Simplicity playing is perfect. 5 seconds left. Domination coming through. Phelpsy unable to get in the hill. He gets taken out by Crash. And we have a tie game here on Tiebreaker map.
And so I have to give credit to who I feel like is the main reason Simplicity has made this comeback, and it's Coach Infinity. Getting it done, making the right adjustments mid-game. Now, I always say every team needs a different coach, right?
Yeah.
Affinity, he's a coach that you can trust being an IGL, right? Typically, on most teams, the IGL is the player and the coach, maybe calling out timers, calling out numbers. But in this situation, your coaches can be your IGL.
He's everything
because he was one of the best players on our circuit when he was a professional player. So he has 5 Slayers, five younger players who trust him, and Affinity is like the puppet master, and we're seeing his greatness.
And the beautiful thing about Simplicity, everybody can play any role out there. All of them great at supporting. All of them can slay out of their mind. When it comes to power weapons, you can forget about it. But now Pels getting control of this white truck area. This is going to be big map control, especially in regards to capturing this E-hill. So we're now in the halftime. You're going to see the mid-hill.
This is a ballsy play, but Pels, he want to make plays.
He whips the second shot, comes in for the chunk.
But he got a few shots in the back, but did he allow his teammates to make any plays? He allowed his teammates to push through a little bit, just barely, and actually he did not allow that at all. So that E-hill will be given up towards SpaceStation. They're going to go cap it right now. They just had to clear out the remaining players of Simplicity. But now, Simplicity say, hey, let's cap our home hill, go into the kitchen. Even though you're not going to really play for the home hill of SpaceStation just yet, you want map control. So having a few players spying the home hill of SpaceStation, you know, Space Station have to allocate some players to that, right? So now you're starting to separate and isolate these fights mid-game. You got a 3v3 at E, a 2v2 at the home hill, less chaotic, easier to, you know, to manage, easier to fight. So I love it. But on the flip end, Simplicity is saying, hey, as we stack to the home hill, we're going to send one player for a quick cut back to E, have a quick man advantage, a 4v3, get one down. Kyle's going to end up having to back up. It's going to work out perfectly. We're about to see this thing break down in 5 seconds. You can call me Tony Romo of Gears at this point.
You got that right. As we saw Simplicity slowly set up for this E hill capture shot. For Red, trying to hold off this 1v1, peeks his head out, gets down and taken out by Jack, but Jack on the flank, trying to put in some more damage. Crash, can he hold them all? No, 2 players down, trying to protect this E hill site.
It looked good, Bell, but Space Station hitting shots.
They held it down.
This is not a bad round for Simplicity to lose.
No.
They get the first power weapon placement. This is one of those win-win rounds,
They get
right?
to set the tone.
One of those win-win rounds. We can get a drop shot back outside at E if Simplicity loses this one. If Space Station loses, they're blocking E because they want to get back to the kitchen where they were dominant.
Yep.
Both teams have a dominant side of the map in which they like. I'm almost like, do I even want to throw it around?
Look at Shock. Look at Shock on the flank right now. Taking her home hill, pulling out his Lancer now. He's an entire distraction for all the Space Station gaming. Now staying alive, pulling out a shotgun, putting a shot on Phelpsy.
Ooh.
Oh, Jack is having none of that. Comes up behind,
Ooh.
Shock gets a double kill.
He can't even clean it up. Oh, but now his teammate got to the home hill. He needs to get his health back, so he's going to regroup. He knows that 2 people are coming, trying to isolate a quick 2v1 before that other player got up. But in the end, it did not matter. But it really did in the late game because both these teams going to watch it, right? And I'm going to call it now. This is the defining weapon placement of who wins this map. Ooh.
Overkill.
Shock wanted the over. That was a quick one.
This is the first time we've seen an overkill throw down consistently.
I didn't think that was going to happen, but
not at all.
But we'll see if it's that defining because Shock, he can go drop 20 kills with that overkill at this point.
And speaking of 20 kills, take a look at Jack. 20 kills and only 10 deaths.
Give him love,
Carrying the load for
2.0.
Space Station Gaming. Now we see 3 players from both teams going towards the parking lot area to get not only the middle hill, but also that overkill. There's a 2v2 in the kitchen area with the smokes out. Jack being overly aggressive with the bait and switch with Craze. Pels for Red, and he goes down. But Shock comes in to help out his teammate. Unable to get the double kill clutch, he gets down. And Craze in the final 1v1.
Oh, I thought he was going to do it to him, but Crash stayed alive. And he's the last member standing. Phelps, he tried to get the rotation to his teammate. Space Station trying to isolate Kyle in the inside. Kyle's running away for his life. And you're going to see Crash get a few marks, but he's going to have to just cap up this E-hill and defend it with that overkill.
All right, Krim picking up a kill now. Shock slowly playing a game with Phelpsy. He wants that F-hill, but he's going to move up as Phelpsy. He's going to help out his teammates. There's a big team fight happening over here near the middle hill. Crash. Oh, with the overkill. That's how strong it is.
Can you get the quick revive on your overkill player? Smart move.
Go.
Oh, he's about to reload
this. This is where the overkill comes into play.
Here it comes, baby.
This is it.
Uh-oh.
We're going to get a show. There we go.
Shots
That's
in the back. Downs left and right. Woo! Double shotgun action. And you saw he dropped his Lancer and said, hey, let's utilize that pistol. He had a few kills lined up, but he's staying alive, and his teammates are getting the work done because he's causing a commotion with the overkill bell and giving his teammates openings for clean shots. And here comes Kyle with the cleanup.
And this is going to be simple. It's going to be easy. Simplicity keeping it simple. It is business as usual. The E and F hills will be in their favor. The Space Station, you see them running into the diner, running into the kitchen, trying to rotate around. They're going to look for a double home hill setup because fighting in the parking lot obviously isn't their thing. Simplicity, they're way too strong at holding that down, and their angles are impressive.
Man, that overkill. I thought literally he was going to turn the corner, press it once, and chunk 3 people.
I was ready
for the triple chunk. I ain't never seen the triple chunk in my career. And oh my God, I thought it was going to happen there. But the game being slowed down a little bit, we're approaching the second phase of the round where we're going to see the next push come out for Space Station Gaming, and Crazed is going to get first blood on that truck. So Simplicity just going to back up a little bit, but that E-hill is in the open. Phelpsy is there as well.
No.
They're going to give up the rest of that ammo to that overkill. That could be, whew. That could be game-changing.
Yeah, Crash goes down by Lancer Fire, and Phelpsy being over-aggressive. Craze running on the
Oh, he
overkill,
chunked
getting
him from that far.
the
That's
long-range
the power
kill.
of the overkill. That's why I said it could be game-changing.
So what are they going to do? SpaceStation Gaming continuing to be persistent, and another one,
He almost
Craze.
chunked his teammate. You got to be careful with that, Big Pella.
I really like Kyle's angle right now. Make sure Craze is full red. He doesn't have a lot of health. Now, he gets down.
He ran out of clip with his Lancer, but pulled out his pistol. Veteran move, keeping the flow of damage coming out. That's a 5-man wipe.
That's going to be it.
That was
Jack,
a smart move.
the only one alive so far. Shock, Crash, and Kyle, the remaining members on Simplicity. And looking at the 1v1, Kyle comes
They
in.
got it done.
That was sexy.
Kyle, so folks at home, Kyle in that position, he's like, as soon as he finishes his Lancer clip, he's like, I know that these guys are super weak, but I got a whole clip in my pistol.
Exactly.
Pulls it out, precision accuracy, got the last and final down, protected the home hill, got that overkill down. Beautiful round from Simplicity, 4-4. We might go down to the wire.
I really love how this diner weapon placement has been going down. Seeing things we've never seen before. Parking lot with the overkill. And also in the diner, we're going to see the drop shot. Take a look at the kills. Crash, 20 kills, 9 deaths, and Shock right beside him with 16. Both of these players slaying out of their minds, going toe-to-toe with the best gunners on SpaceStation so far. 4-4 going down to the wire.
Drop, there it is, in the kitchen, dead center. Whoever can control this will win this round. It's gonna come down to the wire. Both teams trading shots, a lot of smokes. The fire alarm's not going off just yet though, Vale.
They don't want to
Both these
break the ice
teams
yet.
holding their ground.
They're scared. No one wants to make the wrong move. But take a look at Kyle moving in a Hydro. That is going to be a separate 1v1.
That energy.
Oh,
That energy.
There it goes. Crash taking out Jack. And Simplicity moving in. Kyle getting a kill on Craze. Oh, the SpaceStation, they're still fighting back with the rotation.
Good teamwork between both these guys. Good bait and switch. You know, recognizing when your teammate's weak and allow him to get out safely. Good usage of cover for Simplicity. But SpaceStation, they're hitting shots. Crim! Oh, ooh, you can't fall that quickly. But it's Crash!
Don't do it, Crash. Oh, Crash.
It's coming down, back and forth action, folks. But in the end, that flank from Clouds could be the difference maker. Quick revive. The protection there coming in from Kyle. The drop shot finally acquired by Simplicity.
And he was rewarded. Pales, finally, after pushing over and over against Simplicity, wins the kitchen area. Now,
And they spread out. They're going to E. They say, hey, cap the home hill off read. One of you guys who just won kitchen, go to F. But actually, they didn't bring the drop over. They recognize in house. Oh.
You.
Ooh, what a back aim.
You don't push that.
We got to come up with a name for that. That's like a ghost back aim. You didn't even see him come off the cover, but you saw the damage come out.
That was Crim being daddy.
Ooh, maybe that is what it is, you know? Being a father figure on his side of the map.
Here comes the push, Blaze. With drop shot in Pell's hands now. Because
Good
Hydro
lead.
out of place, drops it on his head. Rotating into the kitchen, he sees Clouds all alone. This is where Clouds and Pels.
Good angle. What you gonna do with this one? Oh, give him some marks. Give him some marks to work with.
If he shoots it right behind that
there
car,
you go. That's the mark he
that
needed.
was a free kill.
But he needed that sooner. He needed his teammates to be aware of that one. But it's cool. Pell has one drop shot left. He's going to use this one drop shot to get 4 more. That's why he's backing up to the kitchen. He's asking for one more player. He's asking for reinforcements. Cloud say, I got one on the corner. Pale's going to put it right between the door.
Beautiful.
And that's the man advantage you want. Overkill coming in play as well.
But it wasn't enough. Crim was able to get the kill.
3 down.
What are you going to do? Shot 4-2 in regards to player Simplicity currently in the lead, 97-68. 1 hill remains. They're going for the triple cap plays. They're going in for the kill.
Shock just needs to get his life back. A little bit too overzealous, but they are going to secure the drop. You like that? You see the turnaround? They knew they were getting chased.
Yeah.
They said, hey, let's put some damage in real quick, but I think they could have held more of that door area. Simplicity just needs to keep cool, keep their composure, and this is where that veteran leadership of their coach comes into play.
Now take a look at the big gap in regards to points. If Simplicity, if they're continuing to hold these 2 hills compared to SpaceStation 1, they come in just off of this. The SpaceStation.
Yo, the Gears gods are showing us something special. The flank from Kyle. Just get into the hill. Oh!
No. That was great, though. That brought them so much time. In SpaceStation, they're now in a scenario where in order to win this round, they have to get a domination, but they don't have that much time left.
This is where you just need to get kills, be annoying as long as you can. Buy time.
Spread the map. Shot gets down. SpaceStation moving to advance. Now capping the E-hill. All they need is one
Good
more
Lancer.
hill.
Get that shotty out. Get as much damage as you can for your teammates. You want these players as weak as possible, but it's not gonna matter.
All right.
Simplicity kept their composure to the late round and won off points.
There you have it. Simplicity now taking the lead after being behind. SpaceStation Gaming starting things off with 3-0. Simplicity answering back with 3 of their own. And now Simplicity now in the lead. Taking a look at the next weapon drop.
They were saying I was talking
X out
back
the
and it was
kitchen.
live on stream.
Get it. All right, let's get it. You know, sorry guys, Fallout, you know, he got a loud voice around here, but back to the action. 5-4 in favor of Simplicity.
All right, let's see what's going to happen here. On board with Jack, slaying out of his mind so far, 2 maps in a row. For SpaceStation, definitely a gem for this team. Ever since he was picked up, he was able to run in and just be the focus point of this roster. Coming in front spawn, which isn't easy, by the way. Slaying out Pell.
Does Pale make it out?
Nah,
he does
Jack.
not. But that drop shot fell on their side of the map. I love the aggression by Simplicity, but his SpaceStation will, big fight. And Jack has a drop shot at his feet, but he does not know where it is. And he knows it's in the area.
Jack.
The drop is still there. Crash is going to be to his right. The question, can he get it?
Klaus is flirting. He's flirting. He's waiting for him to make the wrong move.
Crashed and he found the drop. 4 drops in the hand of Simplicity.
All right, Klaus able to win a 1v1 against Krim. We're looking at a 1-to-1 hill setup. F hill has not been accounted for, but the middle hill will belong to Simplicity, which is great for them. Kyle going back to his spawn to capture that. So now they have a 2-hill lead. Up 5-4
Look at the
points.
spread for Simplicity.
Yeah.
It's like almost they want to bank off a 2-cap. They're like, let's figure out where they are. They want to slowly get these kills. They got 4 drops to utilize 5 players on the map. Drop's going to be in the hand of Shock. He's been a playmaker so far on the other end of the map, but we'll see how can Simplicity defend against this push.
And Craze just taking himself out of the action. He's in the kitchen area by himself, backburners. Doesn't see anybody out there, not being any type of help to his team. He's looking to make
You
a
see
little
how you got to
advancement.
check those corners, man.
Yeah.
You can't, because that one player, because it was Crash, I think it was Secret Man in there, he was one of the main reasons why they were able to get control of that drop. But 2 drops being shot by Shock on the other end of the map. They have the man advantage. This is a late game situation. They have a 2-man advantage. The home hill pressure is going to come in for Phelpsy because it's a 3-man advantage. SpaceStation has to push the home hill, but it's 1 player defending it. It's another flanking. Crash. He was surprised, but he backs up quickly. Here comes the help. SpaceStation has to make a move.
None of it's going to matter. 5 seconds. They're going to have to get in the hill. Domination was denied. Craze jumps in the hill just momentarily. And High Drone stepping up.
4 down, 1v1. Can't Jack do the 1v2. He's trying his hardest. He's staying alive, but he can't get it done.
That's me and Simplicity looking to take this all, going up to match point. SpaceStation, they're going to have to be perfect moving forward.
Escalation are long maps, Vale. When you're able to, when you're able to make those mid-game adjustments, when they're able to make those mid-game adjustments, it works out. Get out of my ear.
But they've been doing well, coming back so far, getting absolutely destroyed map number 2 and making a statement here on Tiebreaker Game. Blaze, this is all for the bread.
It's for the bread, baby.
It's for the bread.
It's for the bread. I'm so locked into this matchup. Simplicity looking to make the upset at our first match in Mexico City. SpaceStation fighting from behind. They're a veteran team. They can get this done. Coming down to the drop shot. The kitchen about to get real smoky, but we know these cooks ain't afraid of no smoke.
All right, here goes the first shot, and Craze is going to be the first victim. Shock and Pels getting the first 2 kills. Hydro getting one of his own. Everything lies on this Hydro that has to go big, and he can't. Krim left alive over at the E-hill is all but a matter of time before they surround him.
Oh, beautiful by Klaus. Klaus said, you're going to have to fight me. Ooh!
That's it.
What a nasty shot by Krim, though, right?
Yeah.
To down Klaus in that pressure situation. It is a lot dead on the other end, but I ain't seeing no trip cap domination just yet.
Not yet.
I don't see it happening. It ain't over just yet, Vale.
Nah, they stopped it just a little bit. SpaceStation Gaming now currently fighting back, getting control of their own hill, stopping Simplicity's domination. Oh, with the
Ooh.
overkill Pels.
These are,
That's
these
what I
are
like to
long
see.
respawn rounds, Vale. Now I know why Shock put it down. I said round 7 was going to be the most defining weapon placement in this series, and we're seeing why.
All right, now 2 hills to 1. You see that lead. Simplicity, they want to put Space Station to bed. The winner of this will take control of Pool D. Krill getting the kill. Domination
To the
coming
wire.
through. Simplicity, they're trying to put this away. What is Craze going to do? With his pistol out, he has 2 of his teammates fighting there.
They
He
need
has
the rest
to
of
go
the team.
big.
Where is the rest of Simplicity? They getting these. I see the kills happening, but they can't get to the home hill.
No.
But it's okay. You know what? They got E, they got D, right? They're being annoying on their opponent's side of the map, and they're doing a good job. Keep trading out these kills, right? Keeping their composure. Pale's going to tap up for protection, so it's still going to be a clean 2v2 fight.
All right, Jack able to get a kill on Shock. Looking for his next one, 27 kills, trying to get to that 30 mark, but that will mean nothing if you can't take the win away from Simplicity.
They're playing for drop shot. They want that second drop. That second drop is going to be so crucial. I can't see the game clock now, but it comes up around that 2-minute 40 mark.
Oh, Hydro moving up. He sees Kyle coming up on the flank, but Kyle, way too strong for him with that hammer burst fire.
Oh, that's going to be another man advantage in favor of Simplicity. But it's going to be Space Station. They're trying to get into the kitchen. They know the drop shot's coming soon. This is the last move that they can make. They have to get it. They can't give up another drop shot. And now they're losing players, but Krim to make the hero play. He gets 1 down. He actually gets nobody down, and he falls. 3 dead, 4 dead.
This
Simplicity, the 2-hill advantage. It's all up to Hydrone. He needs to win the 1v, but the drop comes in. And Belly, Simplicity in the end.
I called it.
No, you did not.
I called it from
Map
the
3 to
beginning.
get it done.
Simplicity, all they need is 1 more second, and that is it. Taking away the tiebreaker game from Space Station Gaming, getting a commanding lead so far in Pool D as they're on top.
You have it. What a series it was between both of these teams. It goes down to the wire, of course. To kick things off here in Mexico City, we go to a game number 3.
I love it.
Simplicity wins this one. It makes Blaze look like an absolute king. Blaze, you're sitting on top of your throne. You're sitting on top of the world right now as a caster and analyst. How do you feel?
Man, you know what? This ain't the first time I did this, folks. Let's be real. You know how many Optic Gaming Championships I predicted? And I didn't predict them to win this event either. So, I'm just letting you know. You know what? We on point, but you know what? I'm happy that Simplicity showed that teamwork can beat skill, and they came out and they got this event started off the right way.
Yes.
Indeed, you saw a great performance from them. What a way to bounce back. They show some adversity, or some character in times of adversity, that is. They lose that 7-2, and they bounce back incredibly well. Ribs, bring it to you. What went so well?
Yeah. Yeah. Great explanation, Ribs.
2 times he was able to break us in the situation, and both times, still, Simplicity was able to fight the adversity. And honestly, you guys called the action. What was it that was working so well for Simplicity? How are they able to really take that?
That overkill.
Easily.
I've never seen an overkill be that much of a deciding factor on the map. It was so much of a deciding factor that Shock insta-locked it on round 7. And at that point, we saw, you know, mid-game situations, flanks coming in from Pale, Crash getting it done, but most importantly, Shock putting up the kills on the kill feed, and you saw Simplicity run away in the end.
Yeah, it's choosing your fight. They knew that diner area, the kitchen, wasn't for them. It was too congested. It was everywhere. Everybody was dying left and right. So what they do? They brought it outside to the white truck, and they dominated it. They made sure that truck had Simplicity all over the side. Yeah, they should basically the creators of Gears of War should put a Simplicity paint job on that truck. it belongs to them
little
now.
Easter egg. Hey, Michael,
something.
Garrett, if you guys are watching, please make it happen. But
It is a taco truck, by the way.
It is a taco truck. We can ask these guys all day long. We can ask the analysts, Ribs. But let's hear it straight from the source. It looks like we have Pau on the main stage, ready for an interview with the winners, Simplicity.
We have Kyle here. Congratulations. Starting up first day here in Mexico City. What drove that comeback, man?
I mean, it's just this game is all about momentum. So once we won that one round that we weren't really supposed to win, like we just caught a spark.
So what was the turning point for you?
What was it? What?
What was the turning point for you guys?
I would say the turning point was definitely when they were up 3-0 on tiebreaker. We won 2 rounds in a row, and just the momentum definitely switched. That was a turning point.
So who do you think was your MVP for this matchup today?
Yeah, the MVP was Crash or Josh. He was, I don't know what he was doing.
He took his Wheaties today is what was happening.
He did something, and we were going to have to check him.
Well, congratulations, guys. We have so much more coming your way, so don't go nowhere.
Hey, back at
right.
the desk,
There we
baby.
go. We are back in live with some action here on the desk. I got caught my pants down there a little bit.
A little bit. It's your first time hosting. I give it to you, but you're doing great.
I can't
You're
hear
doing
anything in
great,
my mic
John.
right now. So we're doing our best. We're live back to some action. Of course, a great game number 1. Some issues here on the desk, but what matters most is the gameplay has been awesome, and of course the commentary at that. I hope you guys are enjoying it at home. And honestly, we go to a game number 3 to kick off the tournament with some heavy hitter type of teams.
Yeah.
Do you guys think this is going to be indicative of what we're going to see the rest of the tournament?
100%. 100%. That first match was wild. This crowd, it's a reason for it. Ribs said if you can win over this crowd early, you're in a good spot.
And of course, Simplicity looking to do exactly that with the energy. Of course, Coach Affinity as well. Ribs, you know Affinity well, having competed against him for many, many years. We, of course, beat you back in the Get Bronco over Legacy days, so I had to bring that up real quick.
Back to Gears 2 again.
Back to Gears 2 again. I'm just playing. But you know him very, very well. What is Affinity as a coach? The long-standing pro player. He was a pro in Gears 2, Gears 3, Gears UE, and Gears 4. Now he's coaching.
Yeah.
What does he bring to this team?
Very methodical. Anything he says, you could trust it, you know? And that being said, I feel like their preparation for this event is a big part to him. We said they struggled a lot online, but you have to lose to learn. So I think that helped them a lot. Going now and forward into this pool, they look like the favorites, but we're going to have to see Mazer Gaming next.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this Mazer Gaming squad. We talked about them in the pregame show. And again, kudos and props to Simplicity for advancing, and big upset over SpaceStation Gaming. But moving on to Mazer Gaming, it's going to be a great matchup. We have them coming up later on in the tournament. That's a team that I've been calling a dark horse all tournament long. Yeah. Blaze, Veli, I'm going to ask you guys, what does this Mazer Gaming squad do so well? Why do you think they might be an underdog in this tournament?
They're scrappy. They're underdogs. They know that everyone out there is not rooting for them to come out on top of anything at all. So when you have that fire behind your back, especially at a LAN event, that's where teams come out and play their best because they have nothing to lose. There's no pressure at all. They're able to just be themselves.
Sneaky and Mortifies together, too, as well, man.
That's scary.
You know, Mortifies being back on this roster. This was the team that was in New Orleans that gave Optic Gaming such a hard run for their money in that pool play, and they're a better team than what they were beforehand. They know their strengths. They really want to win as well, and they're not afraid of these other teams. They're just ready to get back to Optic Gaming. And when you have that mentality, everything else before then, easy work.
Exactly.
So we, of course, will see Mazer Gaming come on the main stage later. We'll also have Denial versus Rise. Quite a few matches. And, of course, to wrap up the day, we got Ghost Gaming versus Buddy Buddy. That's going to be a grudge match, that's for sure. But breaking down the gameplay of Simplicity versus SpaceStation, what does this do for the pool now? You see SpaceStation losing their first game. It's going to be a tough pool for them. They're going to have to claw their way back. We saw the same thing happen at Columbus Invitational. In your eyes, do you think a team like SpaceStation can bring it back?
Of course they can, yes. But they are in, a lot of people predicted this to be the death pool. All 3 teams are very formidable. So now SpaceStation is forced to win against Mazer Gaming, or else they will drop into loser's bracket.
Yeah, for sure. Mazer Gaming, this, you got to say, this sets up that Mazer squad up for success in this pool. I mean, this is a team that now, SpaceStation down 0-1, they could honestly, we might see a rock, paper, scissors battle here where Mazer defeats Simplicity, Simplicity defeats SpaceStation, and maybe SpaceStation defeats Mazer. Is that a world you could see? Do you think Mazer has what it takes to win this pool, maybe in a first-place finish?
By SpaceStation losing to Simplicity, this could all get tied up, right?
Yeah.
I know Mazer's sitting back saying, yo, that's exactly what we needed to be able to force a 3-way tie, to be able to have that possibility to come out of this pool. They felt like their chances was good beforehand. Now they think it's even better.
In a great spot. And honestly, this sets them up for success. We kept saying it, but on the flip side, do you think Simplicity can continue to run? Do you think we could see a 3-0 sweep for Simplicity? Is this a new Simplicity squad who has not been performing online necessarily, but has shown up on LAN and is known to do so?
Blaze is on to something. Blaze is on to something. And I said at the beginning, a lot of these matches are hard to call. Going forward today, we're going to see a lot of close matches. I expect to see a lot more game threes. Ryan and I have our work cut out for us predicting these matches, but it's because the competition is so high and it's so even.
Yeah.
So we're just going to continue to try to see how close these matches are going to be.
Yeah, but ultimately, what is it necessarily in your eyes? You watched the entire game. You took some great notes there as well. What is it in your eyes that's working so well for Simplicity?
I think their preparation definitely showed. They won 2 maps where they actually picked the weapons where they wanted. They put the drop shot where they wanted it. Kyle said it in the interview very well, the momentum. They were down 3-0, but that was the beginning of the match.
Yeah.
You know, once they went 3-3, now the momentum's on their side. And I thought they lost it, but instead they win the next 3. Before you know it, it's 6-4. Momentum's everything in a game like
I
Gears.
want to say, too, and I've said it for a very long time, that the EU region has the worst weapon placements on the circuit, right? And it showed again now, and it came back to bite them in the butt. Their weapon placements was awful on Forge. They should have played to their strengths. They should have got crazed hot. Their weapon placements was awful on this map, and I like to call them sensitive. Sensitive weapon placements where you don't go for those primary positions right away. You're playing around for the secondary, the nades, your base weapons. It's like, you're a top 3 team. You know your identity.
And you saw it here. You see the drop shot placement. Blaze is actually a little bit not necessarily feeling the weapon placements, but meanwhile, we were talking during the game, and you like that weapon placement inside in kitchen for SpaceStation.
Yeah, they put it.
Didn't work well for them. What were they doing wrong in that initial
It came
fight?
down to that 4-4 round. It was just one of those rounds that we love to see in Gears of War. I'm hearing the commentators here speaking in Spanish, and that round was one of the longest initial fights I've ever seen.
Double initial, almost a triple initial, wasn't it?
Me and
was
Billy didn't know how to cast that one.
Exactly.
We didn't know which way it was going.
And when I think Kyle said we won a round we weren't supposed to win, and I think it was that round he was talking about. And even though that was a weapon drop good for SpaceStation, they lost it and they couldn't regain after that.
And that was the first round,
I was going to say, Riz, can you talk about winning rounds that you're not supposed to win, and how does that change the team?
He knows how to do it. He's one person that helps turn that tide for his teams.
Sure. So it happens a lot in Escalation. It's such a tedious game type. You need to just mentally always be in the game. There's so many times where we see it against Optic all the time. You'll be down so many points, Optic will bring it right back. The same
will
thing,
get a double kill.
right? And that's where mentality comes out. That's where it shows, your mental fortitude. I lost that round I was supposed to win. Now I need to go and steal 3 rounds in a row. You know what I mean?
You got to get the momentum back.
Exactly. Yeah. You can't let it. You can't be in your own head in situations like that. And Escalation is one of those game types that could really, test these players.
You live in your head a lot. A lot in Escalation.
Oh, yeah. And on the flip side, you talk about how good it is for the winning team in that situation. How about the losing team? SpaceStation, you have to be in their own heads. Krim breaks ice twice. Krim's able to win a 1-versus-1 2 times. You have a 5v4, you have your numbers, yet still they're able to bounce back and win that round. What does that do for a team like SpaceStation?
I didn't hear you, John. You can answer the question, Val.
So what does that do for SpaceStation? Okay, they lost. You're going to have to forget about that. You always preach to have short-term memory, okay? You lose like that, you're going to have to move on and try to win every game possible now, because now you're in a situation where you're fighting from behind. You can't afford to lose anymore, and you're going to have to learn why you lost. Like Blaze said, learn to better your weapon placements and force fights that you're great at, and they should learn from that.
In that situation, SpaceStation places a weapon that's good for them.
I'd like to hint at something, because I have a lot of respect for Rubik's as a coach. I have a lot of respect for SpaceStation as a team. I feel like they were prepared for this event, but they might have made a fatal flaw preparing for Optic and trying to use their weapon selection as if they were fighting Optic. But they're fighting Simplicity, a completely different team.
Homework.
And I feel like those weapons they chose would have been great versus Optic if those were the same situation. But when you're playing day 1, first match, you have to look at the challenge ahead of you. You can't look at winners finals all the way at Saturday. When you get to Optic, you have to get there first. But now, will they even make it? Who knows?
Yep, and he's on to something there. A lot of teams always going for the team with the target on their back. That's Optic Gaming, but perhaps you have to change things up. You have to prepare for the team that you're ahead of. Well, a great game, number 1, and match number 1 of the day. Simplicity secures the upset, and now that shakes things up in pool number D. Can Mazer Gaming capitalize? Can they win the pool, or will Simplicity continue to roll? It's going to be a great day of action here with Gears Esports. We're going to jump to a very quick break. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, some more Gears Esports.